shop on the edge of town. Bottles bubbling, shades of brown. With a wink, he'll sell you dreams. Potion man's got magic schemes. Potion man with your reasonable price, mixing spells and a pinch of spice. Magic scrolls if you're feeling bold, a wizard's heart, a story untold. Behind the counter his cauldron steams, a dash of hope, a pinch of dreams. He hums a tune as he brews the night, turning darkness into light. Potion man with your reasonable price, mixing spells and a pinch of spice. Magic scrolls if you're feeling bold, a wizard's heart, a story untold. He'll fix your luck with a crimson brew, or sell a scroll to make skies blue. In his hands the world takes form, a potion to weather any storm. Late at night when the shop is dim, he whispers secrets to the wind. Potion man with his careful art, brewing wonder straight from the heart. Potion man with your reasonable price, mixing spells and a pinch of spice. Magic scrolls if you're feeling bold, a wizard's heart, a story untold. Hey, hey.
Oh, I'm muted. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the live stream. I'm your host and guide, Zollin Ironshield. Hope you're all having a great and wonderful day in Middle-earth, wherever you are. We're going to continue the story today, whether you're watching this live with me today. Oh, wow, there's a bunch of you here. Hi, guys. Or if you're here watching later as a video, either way, I appreciate it. We're going to have some fun. We're going to dive into the story more. We'll do possibly a couple voiceovers, depending on how Zollin's voice of the Rings is doing here. And we're going to have some fun. So, we also might do a little bit of, like, leveling and some other stuff. I've been slowly getting all my guys up. Now, in theory, I have a couple of people I'm working on now. But as you can see, if I show a max level, let's make sure it's on the right max level here. So, I got my Runekeeper up to max level. He's 160. Zollin is very, very close, but we're going to hit max level in this stream today, and then we're going to continue the story for fun. And Grandal and my Minstrel are getting pretty close. I started working on Zollin with my Hunter on my alt account. You know, kind of the alt tabbing between the accounts so they can start working together to get them up. So I'm slowly but surely, and I still got Zalinor, Zilix, Zoltarin, and Zorzat all need to be leveled up. And then I technically have a 150 ward on the other account, so maybe he'll level up one of these other ones. The only person I don't have max level, class-wise, is a champion. My highest level champion is level 72, so I might have to level up a champion. I technically have a Valor boost on the other account. I could level up a champion instantly to 150, but still have to do all the virtue stuff. Alright, so anyway, with that out of the way, do you like my new helmet? I think this is pretty cool. We got it in the Shylah raid. Had a blast. We've done that twice now. We managed to do it tier 2. If you guys if you've been following the streams the other day, very fun. Hello, what's up? Eomar Coins, hello Thunder, what's up you guys? Lord Kev, hello, greetings, my friends. All right, hope everything's doing good with your family. I'm praying for you. All right, and also, on another side note that I wanted to let you guys know real quick, our officer, Mr. Hammer, he's actually going to be leading an event. Normally, he leads it on Tuesday nights around this upcoming time. He leads an event, and the levels are between, it's called Not Ready for Rohan. This is a great name. And it's between levels right now 87 to 93 every Tuesday night at this time. And I believe that is a 7 p.m. Eastern, because it's 4 p.m. my time. Yep, I'm right, 7 p.m. Eastern. And they increase it by 1 level a week. So if you watch the stream in a month, they'll be up a few more levels. So it'll be like level 91 to 90 something by then. All right, so that's what he's been doing with that group there. A fun group if you want to do something on Tuesday nights. We got a bunch of groups of things. Mr. Hammer also leads an epic battle thing on Monday night. Beth leads a slow progression group on Sundays. You can check our Discord, join our Discord if you want more details on that stuff. Anyway, that'll take too long. Let's move on. But I just wanted to shout that out real quick. So if you guys want to check that out, if you have free time on Tuesdays and you'd like to play with a really fun group of people and do some fun stuff and you have a character at that level, you should check it out. All right. You guys can hear me and you guys can see me. This is good. And it looks like the sounds on the game are working. So if not made any critical errors here on the logistical side, this is good. So where we left off in that ridiculous long 8-hour stream we did on day 1 of the thing, which was very fun. And I know you guys are like, Zollin, well, how did you get more levels? Well, I was turning things in and tasks and other stuff with this character. Now, granted, one thing I do have Tomes of Extraordinary Experience, which is an hour. You get 100% increased experience. I've been using that. By the way, fun fact, every single character, if you go to your perks, which is in your wallet. So however you want to open your wallet, I like to use that little symbol in the top right of the radar called Toggle Wallet. It's that little blue symbol. A lot of people don't know that's there. It's very convenient. It's always on the screen. But you can always click C for character and click wallet at the bottom right there too. You see it right there? But pretty much you can click perks, and destiny points are something you earn naturally as you level any character on your account. So as you can see here, I have 130, and yes, when you Valor boost characters, they also give you all the Destiny points still. So these reset every 24 hours. You can have up to 5 saved up, and basically it gets you that blue bar down there. Did you see when I clicked it, it gave me a little more of that light blue bar. Real quick with experience, you probably know this if you are a VIP, but a VIP always gets a little bit of dark experience, and you hover it right now. In fact, I don't think I have any right now. Remaining I have none. But usually every like 24 hours, you get a fourth of your bar-ish, something like that when it comes to that. And then but the purchased enhanced experience, which is this, which you can get through Destiny points for free, or you could get it, just by earning them, or you could buy some of those in the LOTRO store to get more of them. I did do that with a couple because I had a bunch of points I bought. It definitely helped. I actually managed to get my Runekeeper from level 151 to 160 in under 6 hours. And yes, I played straight. And it was a fun challenge, and I'm glad I did it. And I don't recommend it because I really recommend enjoying the game and enjoying the story, which is what we're going to do today. But I highly recommend just enjoying the game and enjoying the story. It makes a huge difference, an absolutely massive, massive difference on your enjoyment of everything. I really think this game, some people say, oh, it's, doesn't have endgame. No, it definitely has endgame. You can go back and watch my raid stuff. It absolutely has an endgame scene. In fact, raiding in LOTRO is quite challenging because the mechanics are very challenging, but it's fun and it's rewarding. Now, when it comes to the actual PvP and storytelling, sorry, not PvP, PvE and story, this game does heavily focus on the storytelling. It's absolutely one of its big strengths, so it's not something that I recommend people just skip by. If you're brand new, I recommend you play one character to max level the normal way and enjoy the stories. If you want to have an alt of another class and you don't want to have to do all the leveling again, then maybe one of those Valor boosts are worth it for you if you want to put the money in for that, right? If you buy the new expansions, Kingdoms of Harad, they did not ask me to say this. They have not sponsored me to say this. I'm just saying this to be helpful to my viewers. You do get a free 150 Valor boost. So you can automatically be at 150 to start the area when you buy the Kingdoms of Harad. And by the way, when you buy it on this thing, I think it's $40 US for the basic standard version, and if you want to get the ultimate or the collector's fan bundle later, which are more pricey, it's 80 and 130, and it gives you a bunch of like extra goodies, right, and cosmetics. If you go back later, you can actually go and purchase them with $40 less if you bought the standard version already, which is something that a lot of MMOs and games don't do as a longtime video game player of many other games. So that's really cool that LOTRO does that. And if you do get the Valor boost with the $40 version, just know that it doesn't really come with a whole lot of virtue experience. It goes like a tiny little bit, but it's not enough to get your virtues up. So you're still going to have to work to get your virtues up on that character. If you've never really played that character, you just max it from level 1, right? But again, this character I've worked to get him level 1, right? Solid. All right, so with that, and I worked with my Runekeeper to get him all the way up too. Most of I've only Valor boosted like out of my 9 characters, I think like 3 or 4. I think all the other ones I've done from scratch with leveling time. All right, so with that, let's continue our story. So where we left off in the story last time was chapter 15.2, Tendrils of the Blight. All right, bring the seed pods to, I'm gonna butcher some names today. Here we go. Ulishar at the village of Stormadden in the south. All right, so that is actually the next area. I do not want these tasks on my board. I might actually try to do some of the other ones. Now, one thing I am thinking of doing in this stream, and I think it's extremely risky and I would not recommend doing, is there's a little bit of a glitch when it comes to allies and a visual glitch. And it especially happens if you weren't already max level. So if you were like, if your ally wasn't already forged to over item level. If you have questions, guys, please just ask in the if you're here live, or comment. I'll answer it if I missed something. But the item level was 530, and I studied this now, talked to a bunch of different people, including my officers and our commanders in our kinship. And pretty much what it comes down to is the visual glitch is a visual glitch. It does not affect the items actually happening, but some of these slots will just like disappear. It looks like it's not there, which is really annoying. And the part that's really frustrating is that you don't want to have to use a removal scroll, which is what you have to do, or pay Mithril to remove it. Now, Standing Stones did give 3 removal scrolls, which was very kind, but for those who have tons and tons of lower levels with maybe like 15 legendary items all combined, it's not quite enough to fix it all, right? So you know, maybe it'd be nice if they give some more, or they just, when they do the fix, they just reset it and it fixes it. Maybe just pulls your legendaries apart and everyone has to put them back together. I mean, that would be a little frustrating for everyone with work, but that's kind of how it goes, right? You know, there's only so much you can do with the programming of the system. But anyway, at 5:30, I had no problems with all 7 of my characters I logged into. I had no issue with it. It didn't happen to me. Cool. Now, a lot of people were saying don't reforge, because some people, when they reforge, even with the higher levels, it would glitch it out. I'm thinking I might test it with my DPS weapon, because I want to be able to kill things a little easier. Because right now, as you scale in LOTRO, or any MMO for this matter, this kind of goes without saying, but for how LOTRO works, let's just talk about LOTRO, is that as you scale, your gear that was really good with stats, like for example this cloak, right? It was a 530 tier item. That was the 530 was like that beautiful cap. 530, 535 was the highest gold items. That was the beautiful cap. See, here, 530, excuse me, was the cap. Here's one of my gold items. Those stats start becoming very irrelevant, all right? So I'm going to give you guys a quick lesson here, and then I promise we're going to get in the story, okay? Okay? All right, so this is knowledge for newer players or anybody. But basically how it goes is as a color scheme. I have almost every color of gear on my armor. You have this greenish yellow tint, and that's like kind of usually the lowest level gear of that level cap. All right, that's the part where people get confused. They're like, oh well, you know, blue must be better, right? Well, it is if you're calculating for the level cap you're in, and to know that you have to know the item levels. It's a little challenging, a little confusing. I have a video on this a little bit. I might make some more later for you guys. But basically, there's this color, and then the next color up from that would be, I believe it is, technically there's a gray color, like from really low levels, but that's kind of irrelevant. You never see that. So pretty much you see this color into the purples, into the light blue, into the gold. That's usually quality levels of colorings. But the problem you can't fully rely on those, because you still need to be making intelligent decisions based on what stats they have and what you need for your class. I have guides on this to kind of teach you what you need, but you still need to make intelligent decisions, because sometimes you'll look at something and go, well, that might be a purple piece of armor, but let's say it's light armor. You're a heavy armor class, you need heavy armor, right? So that's the first thing. You also need the right stats, right? If you're a DPS minstrel, you don't really want your items to all have a bunch of outgoing healing, because you're not healing. If you are a healing minstrel, you don't want all your items to be a bunch of DPS items. You want outgoing healing, right? So those are the kind of things you still have to like be aware of. But basically, now that I'm in the new level cap, you can see these item levels. So for example, this sturdy Madashi earring that I crafted. This is the new crafting level stuff. It's clearly the low level of the color, but it's a 552 item. So if you look at its stats, it has 2,000 vitality on it. Let's look at the highest gloves in the game that I had before. 2,500, okay? So one of the weakest and most worst item, that's not right, not way to say that. One of the worst items possible at the new level cap from 150 to 160, which would be the new level cap area, right? Is literally almost the best as the cap between 140 and 150, or the 150 gear, gloves, right? Which again are 530 item level. You can see it at the very top in the white. And if I hover this one, you can see this one's 552. So boom, it's way higher. You already know, right? It also says the minimum level that I can wear this at the bottom is 151, because this is in the new cap area, where this one says the minimum level is 150. Okay, so that's how you kind of know as you're learning. But back to my whole point of this whole spiel that I was trying to explain to you is that your stats start dropping percent-wise, because the caps on the numbers goes up while you level. It's how the scaling works, right? So like before, if I wanted to have max, let's use defenses for an example here. All right, where are my mitigations? Here they are. So let's say like physical mitigation. Before, 180,000 physical mitigation was great for tier 3 plus, and it meant my armor defense was like 70, almost 70%, 71%. Actually, it was close to 69, 70% physical percent mitigation. Now, as you can see, my physical mastery has actually gone up because I put on all this crappy gear, right? It's 250,000 now. But if I hover it and look at the percent, I'm taking Oh, I'm only reducing damage taken by 55%. What? Instead of almost 70. What the heck happened? Well, what happened is now that I'm level 159, all the numbers have scaled up, so the percents have dropped, right? Inside the numbers. Now I need a much higher number than 180,000 physical mastery. But if you look at these items, they're giving me crazy numbers, right? Like 13,000 tacticals, 8,000 physical mastery. Mitigation. I do that all the time. I flip mastery mitigation. Mitigation is defenses. I really, really, really wish they wouldn't have used physical mastery, tactical mastery, and physical mitigation and tactical mitigation. I really wish they would have used a different word for defenses, but that's okay. Side note, just Zollin being frustrated for his own mistake. But anyway, moving on. So that's the point you have to keep in mind when you're learning this stuff. That's really, really important. I thought that was it. I know this isn't really a guide video. It's more of a storytelling video day, but I really thought that was important to go over real quick and see that. Do I have a camel mount? Joseph says, yes, I actually do have a camel mount. I can show you it real fast. 1 second. But anyway, yeah, long story short then, what's happening is, as I am leveling up, my old gear is getting worse and worse. Now, it has given me some really good pieces of gear. 552, heavy armored like this helmet, gives pretty stuff, but still it's not going to be the best to max out your new stats. So my things like my crit rating, which used to be my crit rating, let's see, physical mastery, for example. Now I am technically in blue light, so it's lower, so I could flip real quick, but my physical mastery was like 230% damage, and now it's like 140, right? I'm doing like 110% less damage. And by the way, I noticed that it does actually affect you even in lower level areas, which kind of feels weird. I don't feel like we should do that. But it does, because you're doing less damage technically, because I was doing the proto quests. But another issue why my damage is really low is that I haven't reforged my legendaries. If you're doing very, very low damage, it means you haven't reforged your legendaries, but I purposely have not reforged them because of the thing I talked about at the beginning of this entire guide and information I've been telling you. That there's a visual glitch, and some people said when they reforged even at high levels, it would mess it up. I think I'm going to risk it for the biscuit today, guys, and I think I'm going to reforge anyway, even though it's not out. And here's what happens. If it messes up my LI with visuals, I have quite a few removal scrolls, and I got some free ones they gave me, so I'm going to risk it on one of my 2 legendaries. I'm not going to do it on my tank stuff, but on my DPS. So, with that said, first things first is that I'm going to switch into DPS. And I'm going to put on my DPS gear. Alright, and also the music isn't too loud, is it? Let me turn it down a little bit. Music seems a little quiet for some reason, but there, I turned it down. Alright, so we're going to do that for a minute here, and then I'm going to go ahead and, okay, there we go. We're set up with our DPS look here. But you can see right here, like, so my physical mastery rating is 242,000, and I'm doing 151.7% physical damage. Before I was doing 230 almost, and my physical mastery was slightly lower, right? Because again, as you level, it is rebalancing your stats, your scaling stats. I think there might be some finagling they'll have to do, but let's go ahead and try to reforge and see how this goes. This is all at my own risk. Again, I recommend to most of you to wait to reforge. They're going to probably release a fix in the next 2 or 3 days on that glitch, but I'm going to do it anyway. So, carefully, I'm going to reforge just my things. Now, I'm curious if I should have them unequipped or equipped when I do this. If it has anything to do with it, I don't think so. Some people have told me that they have reforged at max level, and there's been 0 issue. So, I'm not going to worry about it. I reforged mine 160, had no issue. There we go, in the chat. You literally just said it. Thank you. Might have just been lucky, though. Yes, well, that's what I heard. I feel like most people had no issue at high levels. It was more under level, because what was happening was visually something in the code with the new LIs was like adding extra slots. Now, I think technically I thought they added an extra slot for the next level, so I should have 1, but let's see if it glitches out my other one. So there's all of them right now. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and leave the name, and I'm going to go ahead and reforge. Now, item level right now is 530. I skipped the reforge. I believe that was at 1. I think the reforges are at 1. Is it 154 and 10? Is it 101 and 154 reforges, or is it 104 and 1? Sorry, 154 and 158. Anyway. Just gonna go ahead and reforge, see what happens. All right, there we go. All treasury slots can be upgraded now to level 555. 0 new slots have been unlocked. So let's go ahead and just see if anything happened to my LI. Everything looks good. The DPS went up like crazy. Item level is now 555. Now, the issue here is that my traceries are still kind of and I don't even know if they will function quite correctly now that I have done this. I think they stopped, because this is item level 530 to a maximum of 160. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. Did they upgrade it where you could just use them? You don't have to change them out? That would be cool if that was the case. It says minimum 141 to minimum 160 now instead of minimum 141 to 150. Cool. I'm down with that if that's what they did. That's nice. Do these all work like that too? Yeah, it looks like they're still working. Cool. Awesome. All right, I like it. So, and then this one is the Iron Voice. Make sure this is my damage one. What is my other one called? Just to make sure. Iron Tank. Yeah, so Iron Voice. Let's see how this one does. All right. So again, as you can see here, the stats, it's 530 before, and there's the stuff, and we're gonna go ahead and reforge. All right, it says 555. This is a little risky. Everything looks okay. Stats are obviously not going up because I didn't add anything to them yet, but it looks like I can just keep what I got, which is kind of cool. It looks like everything worked. I don't see any glitches with visual, so sweet. All right, well, I'm gonna wait through the tank stuff though until they put out a fix, just in case. Could just be getting lucky right now. Okay, so but with that anyway, cool, that worked. I am going to do one thing real fast before we really get going on the storytelling today, because we are going to play for a few hours. So I have a time limit later I have to stop, but it's many hours away. So I want to, one last thing. I thought I would do this on stream with you guys because I wanted to talk about all this. I thought it would be helpful for newer players or people who are kind of getting back into the game. So now I just need to double check my traceries at the, we're going to go over there real quick. And I think I still have the map back to the spot, right? Yeah, I do. All right. And I promised a camel. I'm sorry. Camel. Which camel do you want to see? We have several camel options. We have the camel of the caravan. All right, there's this camel. He's pretty cool. All right, this is one camel. And then I look too big on it. It's so funny. I love it. And then another one we have the camel of the vigilant sentinel. I do cover all of these on my wardrobe playlist. The Vigilant Sentinel and the Camel of the Golden Lion, which you'll see in a moment, are both from the pre-order, which technically still works. It's from the Ultimate Collectors or Ultimate Fan Bundle of the new Kingdoms of Harad. Which, like I explained before, if you buy the standard version, because maybe you just don't have the money to dump in that much, because that's a lot, and I get it. Buy the standard version, and then later, if you have some more money, then you can just upscale it to the collector's editions, and it will take off the $40 that you already paid previously. Which is, again, really cool. I'm sure there's some other game somewhere that probably does that too, but very few games that I play have ever done that. Usually you have to pay full price if you want to get it. Technically, Steam sometimes does that. And this is the golden camel. Alright, with the golden lion. Now, again, it looks very different, and my camel's really fast right now because I have a movement speed buff on for my mount. So he's technically at 98% movement speed right now. So he is, he's flying. Look at him. He's like, let's go, guys! Woohoo! Alright, so there we go. There's the camels that I promised to show you. Alright, now we continue on to the library real fast. I want to take my vacation at the library! Driving home, very cool. Wait, did they do a number crunch? Yes, Albin, but quite a while ago. It was back at, it was like over a year ago now? A year and a half ago? A while ago, yeah. That is not new. That came out before the previous two expansions, I believe. It was, I think during the Umbar expansion. Not the, but, so, like during that or right before that. And then we had Legacy of Morgoth, and now we have Kingdoms of Harad, which is going to finish that story plot. Which, by the way, cool story, which we are going to get into more today. So, what I wanted to do, real quick, is first I just want to see what it is to buy, not Reforge. I just want to see my Guardians. Make sure it is the, yeah, so that would be brand new ones. They also have, it looks like they have some visually, that's cool. All right. Basically what I want to do is I want to see the new, oh, look at that. It's just, yep, okay, 155s. I want to see if there's any difference, because that is important for me to know, and I will know immediately once I look at it. All right, so heroic alacrity. Is it? Yeah, alacrity. All right, there we go. 550, and this one is a 530. Yeah, I am thinking that I do need to replace them still. Yes, I do. I do. Because see how this one says minimum level 151 to maximum level 170? These are the new ones. I need to replace them. Bummer. Good news is I have a 10,000 ancient script. So they do need to be replaced. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. And I'm kind of tempted to keep... Well... I could pull all these out and just keep them in my bag, and then I can get a bunch of ancient script off them. It's technically like a few hundred ancient script, because they're all like good ones. They're all 80 disenchant. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. All right, so real quick, let's give a small lesson, and I'm gonna do it right now. If that's cool with everybody in the stream. I just want to get it done. I really don't want to be doing these storyline quests and struggling to kill like a small animal who's fighting back, because Zollin has apparently gotten very weak with his battle axe. So we're definitely going to do that. Does LOTRO have more complex stat system compared to other RPGs or games like Skyrim? I've played those games. That's a good question. It kind of depends on what you're talking about. I know I come back. People ask me these questions, and I always come back with these kind of comments. Hello over there in Twitch. What's up, guys? Welcome. Basically, I would say that the complexity in LOTRO is because legendaries are quite complex, and I have a whole guide video on them, right? They're quite complex to make and use. There's a lot of numbers with LOTRO. There's a lot of like numbers and percents and like little details. But once you understand that you just have to get to a certain number on the right here, so you're at a certain percent, and that's your cap, which one's to aim for first in order, it's not that complicated. But it does feel kind of complicated at first. So, yeah, that's kind of what I would say on that. I don't... It's because their stat systems are different. I would say that LOTRO is more like you're doing a little bit more math work. It's like old school, right? I would also say I think it's slightly more complicated than like World of Warcraft stats, just slightly from what I know with WoW. But I haven't really played WoW a lot recently, and I don't know if they changed their stat system, so I'm not really comfortable with just giving a thing on that. So anyway, it's a good question though. But I would say LOTRO is quite challenging. I have quite a few WoW players in our kinship who are longtime WoW players. One of them was telling me that they thought that the mechanical fighting of LOTRO is more challenging. It's a little more fast-paced, and you can't mess up at high tiers with mechanics, even by like a second or two, or your whole team will die. Where there's like a little bit more leeway, usually in WoW. With that, it's a little bit more... but... it's not going to be true in every raid. I'm sure there's some WoW raids that are probably exactly the same. But LOTRO is challenging, and it's its own thing, even though there's similarities with being a tab targeting MMO to other tab targeting games. I'm looking for my allies. There they are. I want to use this, and I'm going to use it on this one. All right, real quick, take these all off. Okay, there we go. Awesome. And now, I'm going to go ahead and just buy what I had here. So I had the alacrities. The alacrities. But I want them at the one that says up to 570. So... Heroic alacrity. And I'll have to get them at purple. Because I don't have any of the Shattered Umari. Well, I mean, technically, I'd probably get a bunch if I opened up my reward track. But I heard the reward track things were kind of glitching out. So I kind of don't want to do that right now. I'd rather wait. So I'm just going to get 2 here. Okay, we're gonna barter for 2 of those. All right, so these 2 are going to go on back on here. Apply and apply. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and re-equip it. Let's make sure those are working. Good, good, good. All right. And then the other things I wanted on this weapon are, I need to have a... I'm not going to be able to recraft something right now. So I'm just going to have to buy a heraldry. It's going to have to be the one... So it's level item... I don't want uncommon. I want purple. And let's see. We want the one that has probably more might. But... Or I could do the one with more vitality. So pretty much, it's... For me, it's either the herald of the ox or the lion. It's the one I want. 3,000 vitality, though. That's a lot. They both give physical mastery rate. I'm thinking I'm just gonna go with ox. I just rather have the more HP. All right, there we go. Boom. My stats are gonna go up. So remember when we started this, what were my stats? Just a second ago with my basic terrible gear and jewelry that I put on. Okay, 328,000. Let's see how much my vitality goes up and stuff. It's already gone up like 15,000. That's insane. That is insane. The stat increase is actually kind of crazy. We'll buy one more Herald of the Ox because we'll need it for the other weapon. And by the way, before I forget, why don't we just go ahead and pull off the other one as well here, which is the Art Voice. We'll go ahead and pull these out. All right. I'm trying to focus here so I can make this faster without losing track of what I'm doing. But I will answer questions again in like 1 minute. Let's see. Okay, so I pulled that out. Good, good, good. All right, I'm going to put this here. All right, so now, basically, I also need to put the other one that I got. Make sure it's the one up. Yep, maximum 170. Put it in there. Boom, there we go. Our health goes up some more. Is it equipped? Yeah, it is. Okay. And now I can do my words. So what I had was area effect damage, which is good. Area effect criticals. Single target criticals, and I think the other one was bleed damage. I had area effect targets. I do a lot of bleeds on the Guardian, but I did some testing on it, and it just didn't feel impactful enough to be better than the AoE damage from like whirling retaliation that hits so hard and stuff. So I think I'm going to stick with what I had. All right, we'll just do the same. It'll make it easier for everybody here in the stream, so I don't have to wait as long. All right, so rare. So we need a few things. So these are all the old ones. So I need to get the single target damage, and area effect. So area effect attack damage, we want that one. We want area effect criticals, and we want area of effect targets. All right, there's those, and then I want single target. Single target damage, and single target attack criticals. All right, and now not to confuse it, I'm going to put area effect on my belt because it'll make the most sense. Area effect damage. I like doing them in a certain order just so I don't kind of lose it. Area effect. By the way, let's hover this before and after. So right now this hits for 10,000, right? 400. And we put this on, you should see the difference in the number, I'm pretty sure. Maybe it needs to be taken off and on. Let's try it. Usually you can see it in the number. Oh, interesting. Maybe it must apply the math after the fact, after it hits. Okay. All right, let's see. I thought for some reason it applied it in the number, but maybe I'm just tripping. Forgot about that. Okay, single target. All right, single target attack criticals. Boom. Okay, we're done with that. Now, pretty much, my other belt needed all these like things I have up on the screen. You guys are like, what is all this stuff? I have guide videos if you need it. Okay, what were the other ones I was using? I was using the critical. Heroic precision. Yeah, absolutely. Heroic precision. That's what we want. Level 170. The purple. Yes. 1, 2. Okay, these are going to go on to the belts. We should see a little sound effect here with a circle in a second. Why did we not see that immediately when I did it? Huh. It's supposed to do that when I... It's kind of worrying me that it's not going whoosh, making that effect. The good news is, when I'm putting these on, they're automatically raising my new level up to 550. So I probably am going to have to reforge, and I think it might go slightly higher at maybe 160. I don't remember off the top of my head. It should be the same as the other 140 to 150 cap, but I don't remember. That's too long ago, guys. Where is the Guardian? I always forget. There's it as the shield. Alright, so now, abilities. This is the last part. Let's go ahead and start with the axe. And it kind of had them in order here. We had brutal assault damage. And before you go, oh no, you're not going to have enough stuff. Yeah, I will. Don't worry, I will. Level 151. Alright. The Keen Blade. Brutal assault damage. Alright, we will start with that one. Boom, put it on there. Alright, next one. Overwhelm damage and critical. Yes. That one is really good. We're going to put that one on there right there. The next one is to the king damage. There it is. Bye. Put onto the king damage. Okay. Next one. Stagger critical and chance. Do I want that? I think I want that one. Let's see. Alright, damage buffs. Which one is that? Catch a breath. I think it's under damage buffs. Shield, stagger, this one. Critical chance. Yeah, I'll put that on there. It's nice to just have it crit when I do use it. Okay. And the next one was Whirling Retaliation damage. Let's see if I can find it. Whirling Retaliation damage. There it is. Put that one on. And then the next one is Parry damage response. You guys are probably like, oh my gosh, how is he like... This is what happens when you play this game for hours and hours and hours. You know exactly what you're looking for. Parry response damage. Watch me make a mistake now that I said that. There we go. That's what I want. Next one. So this should increase my parry response damage. See, this says 13,000 now. So these are the ones that increase that damage automatically. Got it. All right, let's see. See, now it's 15,000. See how I just went up 2,000? That's what I was thinking about. All right, sweet. So that one is done. Belt, I'm almost finished, and we're going to go do some storytelling. Let's see what we got for the belt. Warrior's Heart Morale Heal. Absolutely. That one is so good. Where is my Warrior's Heart? Duration, Morale, Maximum Heal. There we go. That's the one I want. Next one I wanted was Sting Damage and Crit Chance. That actually, I forgot I had. I didn't get that one. So that one is really good. Let's get that one real quick. Where is the Sting Damage considered under? It's not in Keen Blade. It must be in damage buffs. Stop cooldown, I think we're going to use too. Oh, where is it? General buffs? Where are you, Sting? We need you. We need you to sting people. This is kind of weird. Where is this buff? Fighter of the Shadow, general buffs, defender. Huh. This is kind of nice, but I don't think the Stoic Bubble you get in the red lines, so. Unless I forget, the Legendary might just give it to you. It's been so long. Shield damage, stagger damage, it's got to be right here. Stomp. There it is, sting and critical damage. Okay. And then I had Vexing Blow. I rarely use Sweeping and Vexing Blow. Catch a Breath and Charge Duration we absolutely want. But let's go ahead and just do Sweeping Cut, damage and critical. Vexing Blow, damage and cut, critical. It's just AoE damage. Whirling Retaliation we already have. So Catch a Breath. You guys are like, Zollin, you need to catch a breath. Hey! There we go. Cooldown and heal. That's really good to have even if you're in DPS. And then charge duration and speed is really just fun, especially when you're running for your life. There we go. Okay, my allies have been updated. They're now at 555 here. Wonderful. And then technically all these others are kind of useless, but you know what? I ain't doing that work right now. We don't got time for that. I could just actually just grind them up. All right, so let me go ahead and teleport back to Sul Madash. I am finished with what I was doing here. Thank you for your patience, everyone. Let's go do some storytelling. All right. Teleport button, where are you? There it is. I do recommend if you play LOTRO and you really get to end game and you start doing a lot with items and skills and all this stuff, make sure that you have stuff organized where you like it on your bars. Learn how to use the UI in that way. I have some guide videos on organization at a stream I did once. It really, really helps. There is some items missing here because they're out of date, so I'm going to add some stuff back there. But yes, it really does help to kind of have a feel of where your things are, make it convenient for you and how you play. Let's go and continue this story. So this story was off in a different place entirely. So we are going to ride this way. All right, combat sounds, ambiance sound, music. We'll turn the music up to 35 here. You guys tell me if it's too loud, I will turn it down. All right, so we need to go to Sormanda. Is that
good to see you.
Is that a place I could just teleport to real quick? It is. There it is. Heck yeah. All right, off we go. Continuing the story today. Hello, Dreadman. What's up, Sid? Welcome to the stream, guys. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for hanging out, both the streams, you guys. All right, welcome to the new area that we didn't get to see in the other one. I did not get to enjoy this when I rushed through max leveling my arcade really fast. So we're going to kind of try to enjoy this. You guys are like, kinda? No, we are gonna enjoy this. You will enjoy this. I'm just kidding. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and find the guy we need to talk to. Now, granted, I'm actually gonna pick up other quests to do while we do this, because I know you're like, well, Zollin, you're almost max level, but what I want is reputation and these coins, and technically this legendary item experience for your reward track, which will help me do all my allies. So I want all of this. So I'm gonna go ahead and accept some of these. All right, I'm also gonna turn off my AC just so I have a little more quiet. It's a little loud. All right. We'll see with some of these voices today, guys. I've been struggling with a little bit of a sore throat, and it's one of those sicknesses that just messes up your entire mouth. It's just so annoying. You know what I'm saying? I've got like a thing on my tongue too. It's really like frustrating. Keeps you like that hard to control, you know? All right, here we go. Let's try.
You want to help?
You know what I'm going to do for this stream?
And I will accept all the aid
I will
you're
do
willing
some
to
voices of characters, but I will just read it in narration voice. So it's kind of like the same voice. I just won't try to like get their accent on their voice. Just that'll help me to be able to make it clean for you guys while I read. Just for today. I know that's not my usual thing. I usually do full voices, but we're going to do that today.
You want to help? There is much to do here, and I will accept all the aid you're willing to give.
Jimena is correct. There is much for us to do in Sormanda, and a few of the knowledge or will to do it. They have no knowledge or will to do it. That's sad. I myself am besieged with troubles. Restless trees to the north, scavenging. What are they? These are the Jazga to the south. Nary a day passes without an attack on one of my herd. I have much to do for myself, but I can scarcely think about what that when the herd needs water, food and water, tending and nurturing. Would you be willing to help? Okay, I would be happy to help with your herd. This is something I like in LOTRO, all right, with storytelling. I'm just gonna say this real fast. I like the idea that you're kind of like this bigwig hero and you've been helping all these main characters through the entire world and the entire story, and yet you're like, your character's like modest, is that the word? Humble enough, that's the word I'm looking for. Humble enough to like, yeah, I'll go feed your cows. Right, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like that your character's like this up-and-coming huge hero of Middle-earth, and yet you're humble enough to still like go and help with that. And that's kind of cool, because it shows like a, I know the storytelling technically we all do it, right? But I still think it's just neat from a storytelling perspective. I think it makes your hero seem more believable as a nice individual adventurer, where you're being.
There are several stricken cattle that we take care of here. It is not just their bodies that we nourish,
There are
spirits
several
as well.
stricken cattle here. There are several that we've taken care of here. It is just not their bodies that we nourish, but their spirits as well. Eldar Germana has prepared a salve to aid the sickly cattle. Would you give them the salve? See, I'm already struggling to even do this voice. From her and give it to injured cattle. They are quite out of sorts, and could use a soothing touch. Absolutely, we could do that. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not gonna be able to go crazy on voiceover today, which is a little frustrating for me. I like doing it, but I'm gonna hurt otherwise. Okay. I just really wanted to stream today and hang out with everybody, so I was like, I'm doing it anyway. Enough of this being sick. No one's got time for that. Lurka asked you to deliver the salve. Well, it is good to see you are helping those Somarian. Yes, I have it here. Please distribute it to Lukara sees fit. How she sees fit. Okay. All right, let's go and grab some of these generic
Stormedam
quests.
is growing, and we have precious few trees here.
The trees
Much has been flattened
grove
for
are
farmland
violent.
and orchards.
All right, we'll kill some trees.
What can I do for you?
Speak with those people. Okay.
The trees are unnatural in Adagim, restless and malevolent, with an ill will toward men and beasts.
Shakeli Lezara Jorani.
I wonder if these are all going to fit on my quest tracker.
I tend to the bees and the orchards here.
7, 8.
Well,
Oh man, we're getting close. 9. Usually they make it where you can fit 9 on there.
The orchards and the bees
Hello there,
have both
dwarf
been
man.
kind to my family and our village.
All right,
Recently, it has
continue.
all
We're gonna walk
changed.
up this road.
You look like a hero.
It's pretty music, by the way. Oh, it's dawn in the game. Perfect. I didn't realize it was about to be daytime. That's awesome. All right, here's our main characters. Inkanush. Gandalf, guys, is Gandalf. And we have Glorfindel, which, by the way, is probably one of my favorite things that you're able to like travel and be part of the story with these two characters because they're awesome. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. And then our guide here from that Elven Kingdom, the Elven Kingdom that is very, very far separate from Middle-earth here in another continent, Ulish Shah.
Your errand has put a smile on my face.
Zollin.
And
And
that
there
is
is
no
no
small
small
thing
thing
in
in
these
these
dark
dark
days.
times. The seeds pods you have brought me escaped the corruption of the blight, and that means they can be safely replanted further from Adagim. If that prove necessary, I have given up hope that Kurinwan can find a cure for the blight. But until she does, we must remain practical. That was always my brother's advice, and now it must be mine as well. The folk of Sormendan greeted me warmly, but they seem less friendly towards your companions, Glorfindel and Inkanush. I know not the reason for it, but the farmers give them a wide berth. It is quite unlike the people of Sormendan to be so reserved. Okay.
The folk of Sormedan greeted me warmly, but they seem less friendly towards your companions.
Are the people of this village frightened of us?
Zollin? It does not seem so elsewhere in Shanag. Or Shagana, that's how you're supposed to say it. For what reason might they fear us? It cannot be that they have never seen elves before, for Ukshar is known to them, and they greeted him warmly. No, Glorfindel, I think there's probably other reasons. Also, guys, look at that ancient fortress back there at the mountain. Zollin caught the blight. That's what it was. See, I shouldn't have spent 8 hours in the blight the last stream. You're right. That's what it was. I'm like probably growing a mushroom somewhere, like on my back. No, just kidding.
This is not my first journey in these lands.
Zollin.
For I
I
ventured
ventured
out
out
seeking
seeking
tidings
tidings
of
of
Sauron
Sauron long
long
ago. Much I have learned in the lore vaults of Zajana, and it is there I wish to return. Let us not tarry in the farming village, when there is knowledge to be gained in the libraries of the City of Gates. He's very bright when I'm clicking on. But Glorfindel is not as accustomed to receiving such sour looks as I am. Distrust distrust companions me in the south, even as it does in the north. But he is an elf lord, and travels fewer roads than I. Would you, what would old Barlamer have to say to Glorfindel, I wonder? Speak to one of these farmers and assure him that Glorfindel means him no harm. At any rate, our business will spread us along shortly. The people here have nothing to fear from us. Well, yeah, I mean, stop giving us a look, buddy.
My neighbors and I mean to cause no offense, stranger, but...
Khazwas whirls his hands apologetically. This elf you are with has a presence about him we have never encountered before. The Kinte who dwell in the forest to the north rarely emerge, but those that do, such as Ulashar, have not his bearing. Is it rude to ask the age of an elf, as it is to ask of a man grown? For this elf seems of ancient kind, older even than the bones of the land. If you and he are friends of Ushar, then I will trust your words that you hold no ill will towards us. Reassure my neighbors of this, and we will speak again, for there is something else that troubles me. Alright, that's fair. I like that storytelling. This is very mysterious. And yes, Glorfindel is basically older than the bones of your land. Yes. He's very, very old. And remember, Glorfindel is of Valinor originally. So he actually dwells both in the mortal realm and the unseen world simultaneously at the same time. Meaning, when that's one reason why Glorfindel didn't go in the Fellowship, because he's so powerful that Sauron would have immediately known that they had the ring if Glorfindel was coming to Mordor. It's like, oh, you're sending one of your best, huh? Like, he would have figured it out real quick. That was the whole, like, reason Glorfindel didn't go. But also remember that, you know how the Nazgul are kind of phased between the unseen world and the regular one because of the evil of Sauron's ring? Well, Glorfindel is not because of evil, but he's like a glowing... And I'm pretty sure in the book, right? I know they did it in the movie, it was Arwen, but remind me, is in the books, when Glorfindel is the one that comes to save Frodo, not Arwen. Even though I gotta say, I like the Arwen version in the movie. I think it's really good. But when Glorfindel comes, he actually is like glowing to Frodo, because Frodo's getting pulled into the unseen world and everything's dark and like evil and he's like turning into a wraith. And when he sees Glorfindel's like a glowing star in the other realm, because he's like got this like aura of like almost like the gods on him, right? It's not correct to say it that way, but you get my point. He's like glowing. Where like if Elrond is a very powerful and amazing elf, but he doesn't have that same in the other realm, right? Which is also, by the way, probably why the Nazgul fear Glorfindel a lot. Lord Cap, thanks for the stream. Yeah, oh, absolutely, Lord. I'm glad you're here. I like your, is that a picture of a dog you changed it to? Very nice. Your icon. All right, let's go ahead and reassure these people. Glorfindel's a nice guy, we promise. He's not going to hurt you. I was like, oh, okay, I guess. Don't worry, he's not going to hurt you.
Silver into gold.
Let's read it.
This past fortnight, I've gotten precious little sleep. A horrible voice
shrieks out at the dark. I believe these sounds come from the Blade Horn. Some know it as Baraska. It is an ancient fortress. There is the stretch of evil about that place. I don't want to send anyone there, as I believe the place contains only foul beasts with an ill will. But I long for a full night's sleep. Would you investigate the Blade Hold and determine what cursed creature is making that sound? I'd be very much in your debt. Poor guy. Well, don't worry. I've fought worse. I'll check it out.
Shakeli Lezara Joradi.
Just continue that quest. I'm skipping some just because like some of these are just kind of more of the generic like filler quests. Which, by the way, I've noticed filler quests have gotten a lot more story driven in the last like 4 or 5 expansions, last like 4 or 5 years. I like it. I think they're doing a great job with that. Let's go ahead and mount back up here. I'm gonna run out of my movement speed buff soon, so before I forget, I'm just gonna put it back on because I'll be running around and I'll totally forget I don't have it So basically, if you have the Journeyman riding trait, you can get in the LOTR store. It's for your whole account. It is a little pricey. Get the Journeyman one. Do not get the Apprentice one. The Apprentice one is bad. Just ignore that one entirely. If you're going to buy one, get the Journeyman one. It sets all your mounts to 78% movement speed. But if you have these, from earning them from your dailies and stuff, 20% movement speed for 6 hours, this goes on top of the Journeyman buff. So now my mount is moving at 98% movement speed, which actually is about the same as a War Steed, if not slightly more. I don't remember though, for sure. Let's go ahead and reassure this nice lady. Don't worry, he's just fine. She's like, I don't speak common, or dwarf. Oh, my bad. Excuse me. Alright, let's go ahead and go back over to this guy.
We will trust you then. I hope you will be able to help us, as we helped Ulishar.
From his blight. Let's go ahead and turn down the music slightly. And I don't know why. The sound is normal for you guys, right? I feel like it's a little... Let me do this real quick. It just feels a little quiet for me. And I'm not sure if it's my headphones or what's going on. Huh. It looks like it's... we'll find out.
We will trust you then.
If you are his
you
friend,
will be able to help us.
you are a
we
friend,
helped
no
Ulishar.
matter how frightful the bearing of your company.
It is the custom of the farmers of Sormedan to let their herds graze upon the fields of Kijan.
Their herds, I think he means herds, but I like that accent. The herds graze upon the fields of Kisan. Pursuit of the longer grasses sometimes brings the cattle many hours or even days away from home. Don't you like it how I'm just starting to go into voiceovers anyway? I just can't stand it. I have to try, you know? But it has been long, too long, since one of my neighbors has returned. Kulharas is his name, and when we last caught sight of him, he drove his cattle into the direction of Badragas, the Bladehorn. That place has a dangerous reputation, and he knows better than to bring his cattle close. But I think, of no good reason, he has not come back to Samara. Will you look for him to the southeast and quell whatever dangers you find there? Sure.
Will you look for Rochasar by the Bladehorn and quell whatever dangers you find there?
Sure, we'll do it. All right, so we picked up all the quests. We've done some storytelling. Why don't we go and murder some bad guys?
Silver into gold.
Silver into gold. Now, I could pop an experience tome, but we only have half a level. There's no point. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there pretty fast by just doing regular questing here. Well, maybe I'll pop one once we're back and we have every quest ready to turn in. All right, off we go. Anybody got any questions for me? It's an angry beaver. Oh, is that what it is? Oh, it is a beaver. Oh my gosh, I thought it was like a dog with jowls, because it's really small on my chat. That's funny, Lord Kev. I like it. I love beavers. What about the beavers? Anybody know who Brian Regan is? He's a comedian. He did a little skit about that with beavers. It's pretty funny. Nightshade, I had to turn you up a little bit. Oh, okay. All right. The whole stream, including me? I feel like all right, well, we'll keep going here. Welcome to the stream, everybody. If you guys are enjoying yourself, a wonderful free like button does exist. And I appreciate it if you do take the time to click it. Whoa! Oh, yes. Good. The new Li Reforged was very, very... Okay. I still don't feel like I'm hitting nearly as hard as I should because my gear is so bad. I crafted myself basic crafted gear. There's not a whole lot of options quite yet. There is some stuff you can get for these hunter camps to trade in for things. But it's not like... You can't really, like, there's not a full set. I assume when they release the raid and the instances, they'll probably release barter stuff too. And, like, I believe the delving gear isn't even, like, out technically yet. I don't know. Someone said they got a piece the other day that they told me. So I'm like, okay, so maybe it is out? So we'll find that. We'll find out soon enough. When I've been working on that this week to kind of learn, and my whole kinship has been like literally taking notes. I know my commander Daniel and Tams, who by the way just put a bunch of time in to help redo the Discord. So if you join our official Discord here of Listening Rings, it's very nice. You join right now, it'll give you all these nice little questions like, what role would you like? And welcome. And yeah, she did a really good job. Put a lot of work into that. She sure did. But we're writing notes, basically. All of us are like taking notes. And I know that Idanas and Veals and a bunch of other people have been telling me all this stuff. They're taking notes. We're all trying to learn everything. Because, you know, it's kind of fun. Now we're like, everyone who's playing right now on the game, we are the ones learning, right? Like it's kind of fun when there's like no info out there. Like we have to be the ones to learn how to do everything. Obviously the devs give us some things, right, information. But did I miss something that I can't place down these waters? I think that might be another quest. We're fine. So this cache is one of the new crafting for the scholar, I think, crafting role. Or is it... oh, no, you've completed a D, neutral... Okay, no. This is requires friend. This is one of the new loot things. So this is a whole new thing. There's these things that are around on the ground, and you have to be a certain level of reputation with them to pick them up. So I don't know how that's going to work, or if that's going to be like grindy. We'll find out. I have no idea. I'm not going to say either way until I know. Maybe it'll be really easy and be nice. I'm not sure how that's going to work. It says I have a quest right here. What quest? There are 1 or 2 quests in this area that are a little glitched, which I think they're going to update on the map. I will explain it when I get there. There's one about finding some guy, and it sends you over to one spot. In reality, it's oh, look at these terror birds. They're so cool, by the way. And also, if you run into these terror birds, and they're the ones that have 300-something thousand HP, not the basic, like, 80,000, a little farther to the west, run for your life. That's all I'm going to say. They are no joke. They will crit you for like 150,000 damage, like with one hit. Like I went up to one the other day on my Runekeeper, and he just like bonked me for like 60% of my health. And I was like, oh! And then he put a bleed on me that started bleeding me for like another 20% of my health, and I ran for my life and then died anyway. So they are terror birds. They are very much live up to their name. There's the water. I think I'm supposed to bring that water to them. Bucket of fresh water. I knew I forgot something. 2 buckets of fresh water. Do I just have to collect both of these? Collect bucket. Oh, I see. Just collect these buckets and then bring them over. Is that a named creature? No, it's just the name of it. Okay. I thought it was like an actual name. You know what's funny? These give me... Now, these terror birds are obviously more framed on a realistic, you know, prehistoric animal, whatever, that we had in our world. Right, because as we know, a lot of the animals that are in Middle-earth are kind of like our animals too. Not all of them, obviously. But like, you know, like horses are the same. They have chickens and they have all those things, and wolves, right? So it kind of makes sense they would have other things as well. Someone is being chased. They're chasing someone off, which is great. That gives me the opportunity. It looks like this is a name. Yeah, it's got a name. I wonder if I'm supposed to kill it. Nope. I'm definitely glad I reforged my ally, though, because I feel like I am plenty strong now to handle this. Now, I just realized I left on my difficulty, so I'm actually playing this on Fearless Tier 3. It's a land difficulty thing if you don't know what that is. It's nice because it gives you 20% more XP on monster kills and 5% more virtue, which I do need to still max out all my virtues now that the cap is 100 instead of 96. So I'm working on that right now. I capped out Fidelity. I'm capping out Tolerance, and then I'll probably do Compassion next. I'm doing my tank ones first, since most likely, of course, I will be tank on this character. Oh, nice. Nice, Lord Gav. Oh, it's a larger version in Discord? Yeah, I'll see it later. To hear me, not the game. Okay, alright. Maybe I'm just talking a little too quiet today. I don't know. Everything looks like... I haven't changed any settings, so everything looks like it's about the same. But I will turn down the game just slightly. let's just turn down combat sounds just a wee bit. Let's go to 45. The reason I'm doing it in-game with my character, with turning things up and down, is because my whole OBS system and my audio system, I have it all balanced for certain games, but LOTRO tends to occasionally just have very loud sounds sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't, or music in certain areas is like different, so it's kind of hard to have like a one-size-fits-all setting. So I just kind of set it up for my whole music system to work for everything, and then I just, you know, adjust things slightly in-game from there. Here's one of the revive points that if you die, you will come back right here. There is one more thing here that I missed. Leave floating names on. There it is. Okay. Why don't we go ahead? What's the other thing that's here that I'm steaming a bright... burn affected saplings. That's not right. That's not the one that should be here. So this is what you got to be careful of. Sometimes it'll flash a sticky harvest. You got to read the quests. Make sure. Defeat bees and get honey. Okay, so it's probably going to be more north. There's just... Sometimes I've noticed it'll show you a spot where an animal spawns, but there'll only be like one spawn. So it'll be like, kill 10 bees. And then it'll show you one area that has a bunch of bees, and it'll show you another spot, and it's got one bee. So just keep that in mind. You hover it, make sure you read what quests, hover which ones are flashing together, and then once you know, as you can see, those are flashing together, then you know where to go. And again, there are one or two ones that I think they're going to have to update. They're a little bit hard to find. They're like right on the edge of the circle, or they're in a slightly different place. They don't usually get those wrong, but they've had one or two. All right, affected saplings. Welcome to another hollow that has been ruined by the blights. Die, you terrible bird. Alright, I gotta say too, I don't know if I could have done a 6-hour 150 to... Well, 151 technically, but 150 to 160. If I wasn't playing one of the crazy, stupid mage character classes. Like on Zollin, maybe? But it just, I don't know, maybe on Zollin. I'm so used to playing my Guardian. Speed. There's a bumblebee. Look at this cool bumblebee. Fight me. No, it's not Bumblebee from Transformers. But that is how I spent my 6 hours doing that power leveling that one night. I watched Transformer movies and hung out with people while I power leveled. Excuse me. Alright, we are now in a blighted part of the world. Are there any other samples nearby? There's a sample there. Now this area is really hard normally, so I wonder if this guy would like to group up with me. Let me throw him an invite. Bad tree. I died a bunch here when I was doing stuff. It's really hard. They want you to kill so many trees. But I will say, now that I reforged my ally, I can definitely tell the difference. Compared to my other character that I was not reforging the ally. It made it very, very hard. But until that glitch is fully resolved, I wasn't going to risk it on all my allies. But the glitch wasn't really that big, like as big as some of us were thinking it was. I thought it was like a really big issue, like catastrophic, but it really wasn't. It was visual. The thing that's frustrating though is having to force people to like take off the stuff if we have to, and that's obviously not really. Shouldn't have to do that. This guy's doing good damage. He took aggro off me. Hunters do really good damage. The rework was insane. Who is shooting him? That root, apparently. Also, that's the first really bad lag spike I've gotten in like 3 days. Interesting. This root is hacking us, guys. It's hacking the system. Take this. Alright. It makes sense, my damage I'm dealing. It's about where I think it should be, considering my physical mastery rating is only 158. Baruch Khazad. It really helped this guy out if I just hold aggro on everything for him. Alright, definitely an area that I'd recommend if you have a friend to play with or you see someone else come up here, since so many people are leveling, which has been really fun, by the way. I really enjoyed doing the whole leveling process this week, because it's like, everywhere you go, there's 5-6 people. And it's not an annoying way where like they're taking your stuff, because the way LOTR does stuff, it's pretty much you can just work together. It's really nice. That catch of breath with the new LI though, wow, it heals 100, almost 111 and restores your power. That's crazy. That is a big tree. That is a very large tree. Baruch Khazad, die tree, die. He fears me because I have a battle axe. All right, there we go. Now we just need a few more trees. I could just round up some trees. It seems like I'm having no problems holding them. These guys are all level 154 too. I literally at the beginning, when I first got into the area, when I fought the high level trees, I literally had to like choose which ones were what level, which was crazy. I had to like fight the ones that were 151. If I fought the ones that were 152 level, I would die. It was like that crazy with some of my classes. I didn't have that problem with my arcade, but I did with my other classes that didn't have as good gear when they came in. So, definitely something you have to think about. Alright. I definitely noticed when I've come in here a few times, though, this area does seem to have a little bit more lag, which is interesting. The rest of the area has been really... This whole expansion has been really great when it comes to lag for me this whole last week. There's been like so many people online, like more than there has been for 8 months, and it's just running great. I've had 1 or 2 little spots where it like does that freeze like you saw a second ago, but pretty much it's only in certain areas. It's not really like what I'm doing everything. Knock it out. Take that. All right, we need 1 more tree and a few more roots. The epic music. Dun 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 dun. Welcome to the stream, everybody. If you guys have any questions for me, please shoot away. I will try to answer them. All right, so that guy's done clearly because he ditched me. Did he say bye? Oh no, he's just doing the quest. I'll tell him thank you. Thank you. Alright, just tell him thank you. He said, "Are you doing the deed?" He asked me. I didn't see his message in time. He did not ditch me. He said something. All right, let's see here. Basically, I just need to kill 1 more tree. All right, tree, you're next. Bring your pretty face to my axe. Well, whatever your face is. I can't quite reach your face. I'll have to cut you down shorter and then get to your face. Still my gear. I need way better gear. Oh, it takes me so long to kill this thing. At least that the gear I put on, I put some crafted gear on, at least it brought my mitts up. Because now my defensive mitts are higher. They're not as high though if I'm not without depending on my shield on, that's for sure. I do have a box when I hit 160 that I'm gonna open. And I can show you guys this. It has some of the new gear. But I believe you do need to open it at right level, because if you notice when I look at it right now, it says that it's minimum level 159, and I want it to be minimum level 160. But I am going to choose this right here. Look at this shield. It gives you 23,000 critical defense, 32,000 armor, 3,000 vitality, 36,000 block rating. 7,000 tactical mitigation, 200 might, like absolutely bonkers the new stats. That shield comes from the ember boxes if you're curious. If you collect embers, I don't need to kill this guy, I don't know why I'm attacking him. I think it's just out of spite, because I don't like this tree and he was looking at me funny. Wow, look at this though, look how hard it is for me to kill this guy, because my stats are still so low. So like my crit rating right now, what is my crit rating? It goes up, so it's like 14, which is really low, but it goes up with Guardians get crit bonuses, which is something cool. With they crit a lot, which is cool. Which I do recommend with Guardians. You absolutely should have the crit damage for single target and area effect because of that. They build up crit with one of their abilities in DPS form, Thrill of Battle, which I think it builds up 20%. And then once you crit, it goes away and then just builds up again. But my base crit is pretty low. It's pretty terrible, guys. Okay, let's go ahead and get back on our mount. We're done here. Hopefully go read some more storylines. There is some bumblebees we need to slay. No, we're not Decepticons, guys. We're not killing that bumblebee. Alright, let's get out of this scary-looking forest. My gosh, there's so many of these trees. It's a nasty swamp. Yes, it is. It's not very pretty. Let's leave that blighted nuisance. I streamed so long in the swamp last week. I caught the blight myself. Who said that in the stream a minute ago? That was funny. That you said. I forgot who said that. Somewhere in the chat there. No, Thunder said it. All right, so somebody went in here and murdered everything because there's nothing at the door, which kind of worries me. The reason it worries me is that I don't know where things are going to respawn. All right, well, they're respawning. So let's fight some stinging guardian bee. Wow, look at that. It's a new model. That's really cool. Maybe not a new model. Maybe that was in... Oh, nope, they're literally respawning on top of me. Bad bumblebees. All right, spin to win. You see how hard that hits, though, Whirling Retaliation? That's why I think the area effect is really good. Guardians do have quite a few bleeds, but if you add them up as much as they are good to have for DPS, and you should be using them, you cash them out very quickly, usually, with Hammer Down. So you can do this bleed, you can do this bleed, and then this technically gives a bleed, and by then they're dead. So, really it would only be for like bosses to have all those bleeds, but yeah, even then I think the area, you have so many area of effect abilities that like they also hit pretty hard. So it's preference, I think, to an extent. I did test it one time though, and I found that the bleed damage didn't do as much as like just AoEing with Whirling Retaliation with a 5-second cooldown, because it just hits so hard. I mean, like, one bleed here does 2,000 damage for 22 seconds, which does add up, and then you can overwhelm bleed, which gets stronger. So they definitely do scale. I don't think it's bad. So if you didn't want to have area effect targets and you wanted to set up more for a boss raid fight with your DPS set, if you, let's say you were DPSing with a Guardian, which I'm going to attempt to learn how to do and make actually work at 160. We'll see. Guardians got a wonderful buff when it comes to tanking. They finally gave us a 10% morale buff. I asked for a 5%, and they gave us 10. So, you know, I'm a happy camper. But they didn't really give the Guardians anything when it comes to their DPS line. And I really do kind of feel like the Guardians should probably be able to moderately do decent DPS. And they can, I think, if you have the perfect gear. The problem with the Guardian DPS, and I did a guide video on it, is that the Guardian DPS can hurt themselves. If you're using abilities that lower your damage, you are going to hurt yourself. So, I use a lot of what I like to coin the term animation cancellations. Right, I really like saying that. You know, at least I never heard anyone say that before me. I'm sure other people have said something similar. But, that is something that I really enjoy using on the Guardian. It's really fun. But they have abilities that will literally just kill your DPS if you use them. And I've tested it because I've tested DPS on a target. It'll just absolutely destroy your DPS. What is this? You recovered a spoon. Interesting. Is there anything else in this beehive? Pretty legit beehive, though, I'll say that. Oh, wow, she respawns really fast. Holy moly. Holy moly. The bees are back. All right, so I guess I'll leave that right there. Alright, here we go. Let this guy get in on a little bit before I slay them all. Okay. There's something I need right there. Okay. I think, yes, done. I'm done. Alright, out we go. I do feel like now that I upgraded my ally, though, I feel like I'm competitive against the landscape, though. Oh, it was a little rough the other day when I was trying to do something. So we have a few other quests to turn in. I'm actually going to go across and finish the other quest first. Hello, Bean. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Welcome, welcome. We're going through more of the story. I am doing some regular questing as we do it because I want to get some of it done. But I thought it'd be fun to bring you guys along on this part. My other characters, I've been just speed running things, but this is the part where I slow down and relax and actually read some of the quests and do voices and we hang out together. I told you that I would keep doing it on Zollin, so even if we hit max level here, I'm going to try to complete the story for sure. I don't know if I'm going to complete every quest, but if I'm going to be a completionist on any character, it's going to be Zollin, because he's the one that has everything, including my pets and stuff. Discovered a graveyard location. There's something over here that I guess I didn't pick up a water bucket. I didn't. Oh, there it is. There's the bucket. Oh, very engaging gameplay, guys. I picked up a bucket. Provide the bucket to the... Oh, there we go. I knew that I was missing that part of the quest. All right, let's go ahead and give these cows their water. All right, Mr. Cows. There you go, sir. Have your water. And your fresh cut grass. I already gave them their salve. Spoiled little cows. That's okay. We do the same thing to our mini horse. We take very good care of him. Everyone should take really good care of your animals. We are the carekeepers of animals, so it's important that we treat them right, especially if you're in charge of them. All right, there you go, cow. Have some water. Have some delicious cut grass. We're gonna run this way. Alright, I do love how long the Guardian charges. It's so fun. Being 25 seconds of just movement speed buff. It said success. I think we did it. Out of my way, you scary bird. Alright, air's going back on. It's too warm in here. Too hot here in this Harad desert. Hello, what's up, Farin? Welcome to the stream. Alright, are you kidding me? It didn't actually finish it. It said success. Did you see that? You see it said success and didn't actually put it down? You guys noticed that, right? Stinker! Okay, there we go. Good. So, we have a massive amount of quests completed. The last thing we have to do is go over to that ridiculously cool looking, what was it? The sword horn? Is that what they called it? I forget what they called it now. The sword something and other thingy majingy. I don't know. Let's go right over to it and find out. Alright, I will try to mine this before these jackals bite my goat. Run, goat! Run faster! I'm sorry if my voice gets weird. I might have to go get a little lozenge. I've been busy. And whatever this cold is, it's not making it very helpful for my voice. Definitely getting a sickness that messes up my voice is probably the worst thing for Voice of the Rings. Or messes up my lungs, where I can't breathe. That's also kind of not fun. You know, that too. I know you guys are like, that's horrible. I'm like, yeah, don't worry about it. Just troll it. Don't I have my horn buff with me? Can I get rid of this? There we go. So when you have a place that does one dread, right? Like one dread, it's really annoying where you are just because it's like, oh, it's an evil place, so you get one dread. It's really, really nice to have the Horn of the Dwarven, which I think most people have from that quest at the beginning. It's a little item gets in your inventory. It might be for one of the expansions a long time ago, though. I don't really remember, but it is nice because you might be able to buy the item on the LOTRO store. I've heard someone say that to me one time. So it's a nice item. It's and it's a 3-minute cooldown. It's duration of 15 minutes. It gives you +1 hope for that 15 minutes. So it's kind of nice because you get a little bump up in max morale, or it counters any dread that there is. See, I'm getting 1 max morale and 1 extra damage, percent damage. Not 1 damage, but 1%. That'd be kind of funny. Yeah, guys, it's giving me 1 extra damage, even though I'm hitting for like 15,000. Totally irrelevant. Wow, this guy's tough. What the heck? You're made of stern stuff, Mr. Oathbreaker. Too bad you broke the oath. Hurrah! Dead. Alright, that's my little combo, by the way, at the end there. So Guardians, their combo is boom into this, into Sting, into a To the King, if they can survive it. No, usually can't survive it by then. But if they have a lot of HP, they can do it. I guess these are the things making the horrible sounds. The forsaken ghost people. Alright, someone calls for you below the blade horn. Hello? Someone there? Zollin's here. Oh, the other way. There seems to be something poking out of the dust. Ooh, a strange journal? Who would have guessed? Let's pick up this strange journal. Alright, you have found a strange journal. Just what I always wanted. This place is... Look at this place, though. Look at this thing, guys. It's huge. And that sun is very bright. Alright, it's a very pretty valley, though. Really cool. Alright, so I think the guy calling out to me is down here. Oh, isn't that his friend?
Why do you strive against the spirit, stranger?
All is hopeless. All is lost. I drove my cattle to graze here against my better judgment, but it was not the evil of the blade horn that threatened them. No, soldiers came from the west, and they laid claim to my creatures, butchering them and hauling away the meat to feed their army. They gave me nothing in return. You ask Rakasa in whose name the soldiers claimed his cattle, and he shakes an angry fist at you. Of what consequence is that name, stranger? Those were my beasts, taken without payment, and this was wrong, is unjust, no matter in whose name it was performed. But I remember it, and curse it. The name was Mizadi, some Shara of Hamat. They must have taken me for a fool. Hamat is a dead kingdom, and can have no ruler.
Well,
It made me wait. It said, maybe it waited and said, you consider how Mizadi would take this. I have a feeling she probably and her men didn't do this, and I bet you it's the enemies that we're going to fight, and they're probably just faking saying it's her name to cause problems. That's my guess, but let's find out. Well, have you nothing to say? Good, I'll use my sickness to make a more sad voice. You remember the Shara Mizadi is known to you, and you believe if she... Oh, this is me thinking. Okay. If she is told of the injustice he has suffered, she will cure it. Rakasa stares at you with doubt on his face. That would be of most unusual outcome of all, stranger, but if you are able to obtain some remedy for this injury, I will sing your praises from the sunrise to the sunset. But only then, and I expect it not. Rataldo tells you that the soldiers made for the village of Ingar-Garash to the southwest, and agrees to inform your companions where you have gone, where you have gone when he returns. Okay. All right. So I think I did every quest.
I will tell your companions.
Okay. Yeah, we're good. We have a ton of quests to turn in. Now, I am going to be super... I don't even know... Let's see. How much is actually... I need 22 million experience to level up. Each one of these is going to give me around 1.5 million. So this is like going to be like maybe to where the blue ends. And, but, you know... kind of tempted. I'm just... You know what? I have so many. I'm just going to use one. I'm going to use one of my XP things here. Where did I put them? Yeah, I have 45 of these still. I'll have plenty for my other characters. I'm gonna go ahead and use one. Boop. There we go. It's thinking. I don't know why it's taking so long, but there it goes. All right, we will put that back, and let's go ahead and turn some quests in.
It may seem simple, but our work keeps animals safe and berries full. I can scarcely think of anything more important.
Nice. Oh, also, since I'm turning in all these quests, do I have any rep? Because out of every character, I want my Zollin to have most of the rep. For these rep accelerator, I do have some rep accelerators. I might just use them on Zollin. I have no I have 5. Oh, I have a bunch of them. This is why we check. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use one for 5,000 acceleration. Just so I'm doing these quests, I get a little extra bump up on these. Since I'm doing it anyway. Alright, let's turn them in.
It may seem simple, but our work keeps animals safe and berries full. I can scarcely think of anything more important. Thank you.
2.5 million XP?
But I
I
know
like
you were
it.
heartened by your efforts.
These are even a little low level for
will
me.
Prove far more useful in death than in life. Trees shouldn't move. Unnatural things.
Trees shouldn't move.
That is so much honey. We will make a farmer out of you yet.
Thank you. You have done much for me, and you have gratitude of my family. We got him all the honey from the honey. Oh, you want us to get a little bit of honey? What if I just slaughter the entire group of bad bees and then take all their honey? No, they'll make more. It'll be fine.
It may take a few weeks, but I believe the bees will now calm themselves under the tending of this queen.
Ooh, I might use this ring, actually. Crit evaded primary and an essence. Ooh, I'll lose tactical mitigation, but I might actually use that. I might bump up our damage a little bit here. Okay, what about this child? Did I get your quest done?
Oh, you found him! Now don't go running off, Fang! I tell him things, but I don't know if he listens sometimes.
You know how lions are?
They never listen.
They never listen. Oh, really? I don't know about lions. Now I can fight. I can protect Sarmadan from the vicious Zagani. Not here. Bloodtooth. Bash will make quick work of you. Thanks. Now I am a hero. Alright, or you're a hero or something. Something like that. What's your favorite thing about this expansion so far? That the quests are so well... that they just move through, and like the storytelling is actually really good. So like the fact that I think if you are really pushing to level quickly, you could level a character from 150 to 160 probably without any XP boosts within a 12-hour period, and you can split that up to 2-hour sessions over a week. That's nice. It doesn't feel grindy. It's just fun. Just get the quests in the area. If you pop experience boosts like I did on my Runekeeper, you can do it in under 6 hours if you're going crazy. I don't really recommend that. I was just not even enjoying the story like I am right now. And I was able to do it with like half the quests. I didn't have to do the full areas. So.
You found a journal? This is from Mashar. I don't believe it. This journal belonged to my brother, of all people.
He disappeared 5 years ago. Along with my father.
5 years ago. Along with my father.
They were on a trip traveling through Aragem. All of their traveling party perished. I fought myself over all of this, but that was Marsh's journal. doing near Baraskas? Nothing is right about this. Will you accompany me to the Bladehorn to search for clues amongst the ruins? I fear my courage will fail me if I try the task alone. Sure, you can. I'll go as a really protective, powerful dwarf. Why not? Let's go find out about his brother. This is actually a little extra quest line, which is actually kind of cool. So we're gonna do it for the story, because I didn't actually get to read it all, but I kind of rushed really fast through it with my Runekeeper. But it's actually like a whole little side story. So this guy, his brother died, he thinks, a few years ago. And basically, we found his brother's journal, and he's like, wait a second, what do you mean you found my brother's journal, right? He's like, by the Bladehorn, I didn't know that was it, right? So, now, am I being chased? I'm being chased by a terror bird. Can I mine this before he hits me? Yeah, I got it. Guys, we're so close. Look at how close we are to max level. Oh, I'll have my second 160 max level. And then the real work starts. Figure out all the stuff for crafting and rep and gear. But since the instances aren't out yet, I'm just going to keep leveling my other characters to see who I can get to max level. Okay, here he is.
Zara Zar Odan.
Let us not linger outside. Enter the Bladehorn. So, does this thing like sound like a horn too? Is that why it's called the Bladehorn? I'm confused a little bit. What they're going on about. Alright, we're... Oh, this place is cool. What? Cool. Alright. Let us venture into the darkness of this place. What if I just pull a torch out for roleplay? Yes. We've entered the dark tombs, everyone. You've entered the Bladehorn. Search for clues within. Oh, there's another adventurer running around. Well, someone's being fought over there. I'm searching for clues. Those are some big boxes. Is that a clue? Just kidding. I'm Indiana Dwarf. Alright. So, this kind of looks like a door. Alright. It says defeat them any... Okay, so I'm actually supposed to defeat baddies that were in here, and I think they've all been slain. So let's see if we can find some. Ah, baddies. Hello there. Why are you attacking me? I just want to have a conversation. You're not going to stand a chance against Zollin. Where do you think you're going? What's this over here? We found a... Oh, we found a book. Alright. Defeated some enemies. We found one of the book pieces. Guess I'll just follow this guy around. I have a feeling this guy might be doing like a deed. There might be a deed to kill these guys in here. Because, like, I feel like he's been in here a long time just killing them. Just make sure I get some credit. Oh, he's a champion. Hello there. Is there anything in here? It's really dark. Do I have my ambient light all the way up? Yeah, I do. Just a very dark and dank place. This is really cool, though, by the way. This torch actually functions as a light. It's something I did. It took a long time to get this. It's an emote. It actually functions. So if you notice, if I go up to this, it actually like lights. It functions as an actual light source, so you can like read. Look at all these ancient scrolls. Cool. Now, if you zoom in, the light goes away. This is the only thing I noticed. It like goes away if you're in your head, but if you're outside your head, it works as a light source. I'm not quite sure why it disappears when you're in your head, Maybe because it's an emote. I don't know how that works. But I just think it's cool that it actually functions in the dark. I literally use it when I go into dark places so I can see stuff. Whoa, sir. How dare you knock that torch out of my hands? Take this. To the king! One of my favorite abilities. Now, I like To the King even more when it opened Fellowship maneuvers. Standing stones. Let's bring that back. There's literally no reason to take that away, by the way. So they gave Guardians the ability to always open Fellowship maneuvers and tank, which was awesome. But there was no point to remove their ability for a chance onto the King. I still don't... It didn't make sense. Because they're not even used very much as DPS anyway. Wouldn't it be kind of cool if they could have a chance to open Fellowship maneuvers? Now, granted, you're like, well, you can do it in tank mode anytime. Yes, but you can't bring in 4 tanks into a raid. 4 Guardians. Really, your goal is, in Lord of the Rings Online, when you're baking teams for raiding, especially for, like, really hard content, is you want to have one of every class type. Class, like, trait. What I mean is, you really want to, first thing is you want to have one of every class. That's kind of your goal. You want to shoot for every class. But if you are going to have a couple of the same class, you usually want them to be separate things. Like, for example, you know, if you had if you have 2 Rune Keepers, that's really good because one could be a main healer, one could be a red line Rune Keeper, right? If you had 2 Lore Masters, one could be DPS, one could be yellow. Now, it's not terrible to have 2 DPS Runekeepers that are redline, or 2 Lore Masters that are redline. But if you have 1 redline Runekeeper and 1 redline Lore Master, they both do different debuffs, so they buff each other's damage too. Because Runekeepers shred defenses, and Lore Masters give a 5% increased damage on crits with their one thing. I think it's that, I'm trying to remember. And the Runekeeper can also do a crit increase, but they won't stack if they're the same class. It'll only stack if they're separate classes. But again, if you are going to have 2 Guardian players, and that's what you got as players, and you only need one tank, right? Usually it's what's nice is if you have like 2 different types of tanks, like a captain tank with a guardian tank, or a brawler and a guardian, or a captain and, someone, whatever other class is given a tank. Yoris can tank pretty well too. But what you usually would want is if you had 2 guardian players and you have 2 tanks already, you only need one of the tanks as a guardian, then you'd probably want the other one to go DPS, right? Now again, some people are going to be like, oh, I don't only want a DPS guardian, right? Okay, that's up to the group. But if you have those players in your group and you're a group of friends and there's 12 of you, that's what you're gonna do, right? Like you want to try to like split up. First thing is you want one of every class if possible. If you have multiples, you usually want them to do different things. So you have 2 Lore Masters and a Runekeeper. You might want the Runekeeper to be red line, a Lore Master to be red line, and then maybe the other Lore Master will be your yellow line because they can do that. It's not terrible. Oh look, it's Bella. Hello. Elraandor. Hello. Real question is, Elraandor, are you on the same quest as me? Here, I'll just invite, we can look.
These tasked ones seem to greatly value their privacy. Perhaps that's what got my brother and father killed.
Should I say it very American now? Privacy. Just kidding. That was close. We barely made it out with our skin. These tasked ones seem greatly value their... We'll say it like him. Privacy. Or privacy. Perhaps that's what got my brother and father killed. Let us catch our breath. I noticed something while we were inside that I would speak with you about. You found books about the Tarsari, the tasked ones. Yes, these will aid us greatly in figuring out their secrets and intentions.
Will you press deeper into Badrasag with me?
I almost lost my nerve there. My fear and my curiosity are peaked in equal measure. When we were investigating, I saw a crack in the wall. I believe there is a false wall and a secret chamber behind it. I'd like to investigate it further, but I value I value my skin. You seem a steady hand in a fight. Would you accompany back into the Black Horn? Will you press deeper into background with me? Okay, so here's the thing, sir. I would be happy to do that for you. But you're not going with me. You're literally just...
We must press on despite
Okay,
defeat.
last time I went in by myself. He didn't go in with me. He didn't go in with me.
Secrets seem to pile on secrets within Badrasag, and yet we must
That visual
press on.
pulls out ambient light
Believe
around
there
you.
is more
Oh, okay,
still to
okay.
come to light.
Alt, you were saying Alt F10, huh? Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. Nice, Bean. You're right. Look at that. I must have bumped. Is it different levels? Now I'm curious. Seems like there's 3 levels. Dark, 1. That one seems brighter, but it gets dark again, and then off. Huh, cool. Yeah, it definitely helped. Thank you for that, Bean. That was very, very helpful. F10, huh? Does that turn off the setting of ambience? Is it just like I have an off and on graphical setting that I'm turning off and on? Per lighting... Alright. You guys, I found it. The door. Alright, is that a lever? What is this? Strange mechanical thing. Crunk, pull the lever. Wrong lever. A secret door suddenly opens, leading you into a deeper part of the Blade Horn. Ooh. In we go. Spirits descend to attack you. Well, then attack me as you wish! I don't know if I can take them. We'll find out. The answer is yes. Oh no. He's cowering. The other thing that really hurts DPS Guardians is they're like really hurt if there's any type of lag that happens with your DPS rotation. It's kind of, I know that Wardens also, they really need to run really smooth because they have so many things they have to click. Wardens are like the worst. Like they need to run smooth. Warden's a very cool class though. It's like probably my least experienced class personally. I've played it. I'm just like, I do not have it all memorized. And I would argue the Warden is the hardest class because of the memorization of all of the abilities. You have to memorize so many patterns. And if you stop playing for like 2 months, you're gonna forget half of them. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and build up all our bleeds on this guy. So there's our big bleed right there, which actually is a very big bleed. How long does that last? That is a very big bleed. I don't know, maybe bleed damage would. I've been hemming and hawing about bleed damage on my Guardian for DPSing for a long time, and if I first speak with him. Okay, another secret passage. Oh, all right. I guess that's that. Let me say hello real quick. Yeah, let's do a quest. Yeah, so she's a little bit behind on this quest. But might catch up because I'm going very slow.
Every time I think we are at the end, there is another path awaiting us.
Another door, another path, another mystery. This Blade Horn is a labyrinth of lies.
Every time I think we are at the end, there is another path awaiting us.
And is another path awaiting us. I believe the spirits was directing us to another secret door and another path beyond. However, I believe this one will be the last. Oh, really? How do you know that? How could you possibly know that, sir? Something about it feels different to me. Will you accompany me once more? Of course I will. Give me the experience, man.
Let us see what unhappy fate befell those who came before us. We found a hidden entrance and a tunnel within Badrasag. We must still our nerves. I feel our journey is nearly at its end.
I don't know. I think stealing from people isn't very nice, but you know, if you have to steal your nerves, I understand. You guys are like, Zollin! We know you know what that means. Oh, okay. Sorry, it's a bad joke. Alright, we're going in. We'll steal our nerves from the ghosts. The door opens seemingly without activation or interference. Scariness. Also, what are these skulls even like? That looks like a cow, right, or something? Those look like people. This is a this is definitely a very well organized and clean tomb, guys, clearly. Alright, bars the blade horn. Alright, stand back. I shall handle these scoundrels. Seems like I am no longer in trouble because I have my crafted gear too, which is nice. Oh man. Some of these guys are range. Oh wow, why did that guy just die? Did I just do that much damage to him? Why did that guy die real random? Because you killed him, Zollin. You stabbed him with a battle axe. But he's a spirit. It's a magical battle axe. Oh, okay. Baruch Khazad! Baruch Khazad! Out of my way, you restless souls. Go back to sleep. Okay. Overwhelm! Alright. Curious how many people are online right now. A decent amount. Listen to the conversation.
What are you doing here? That way is shut.
It was made by those who were dead.
You wish to know about the tasked ones? You are not the first. Your curiosity will cost you your neck.
What?
Father... No! You were dead! You died! In other game with Mashar! How are you? How are you alive?
This is his dad?
No! No, 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 no! I have no sons! I can't! This is about him, isn't it? You won't leave me alone. It's a curse. Cannot escape him no matter what I try. Oh! You were supposed to die and stay dead, not haunt my every waking moment! I wish you had never walked in on me that day, son. I wish you never saw this life. You cursed us both!
Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing? Wait, is this actually his dad? Right. Don't look, sir. Your dad seems to have been turned into an evil monster, or I'm a little bit lost in the storytelling right now. Alright, but we'll find out in a moment, I'm sure.
I believe that's his body. Come.
His brother's body's in the tomb.
We should go before more spirits attack. I will return tomorrow and retrieve my father and brother. My brother, at least, deserves a proper burial.
So his dad was one of these crazy zealot guys, or did he go insane because he was cursed by some evil spirit of Morgoth? I need more information! Hopefully we're about to get it. Those bird sounds are really pretty, though.
I can't believe it. I thought this wound healed over. And now? Would you help me carve a stone for my brother? It is a tradition of ours.
I could not believe he is dead. And to die this way, I am at a loss for words. Would you help me carve a stone for my brother? It is a tradition of ours, and I could use the company. It is the least I can do to remember and honor him. Meet me just outside the village, on the hill behind Samanda. It's a place called Khazad-Dum, which is, I think, their tomb place. Alright. Elraandor is in there doing the exact same quest we just did a second ago. Which we might be able to wait for a second and let her catch up. If she wants to continue the story with us. And let's see, where am I? We've been streaming for 2 hours? Good thing I got more time. Yeah, the story is very, very fun. And the new area, I gotta say, they have a lot more characters that have like good chunks of voice acting. It's still not all the quests. Which again, I'm not gonna complain because I love doing voiceovers for the quests, so that's literally one of the main things we do here. It's not the only thing, but it's one of them. On Voice of the Rings. Alright, let's see here. So he says he's right back here. It's definitely fun to hear the stories actually read out. Because for me personally, I enjoy stories when I hear it. I learn very well with audio learning. I can learn from obviously reading like anyone else, but when people tell me things, I remember. So I enjoy it in stories too.
What can I do for you?
Would you gather stones for the memorial? They should be relatively smooth. There should be some nearby. I will fashion them into a memorial for Mashar. His poor brother. Alright, we'll grab some of these for him real fast. And then we're done with this area. We're going to move on to the next area. It's a donkey. It's a wild donkey. Donkey, what you doing here? Why aren't you in the swamp with Shrek? He looks just like the donkey from Shrek. That's so funny. Are we there yet? Remember the part where Donkey's like, what is it? He's like, Shrek, will you stop that? It's funny because now I think about it, there's actually a moment in How to Train Your Dragon where the guy also gets annoyed because the what is it, fish legs, the big kid, and he's doing like the dragons. He's talking about the dragons, showing him. He's like, firepower 4, 3, 2, defense 5, speed 6. He's like, will you stop that? Oh my god. So both those are like those really similar moments in both those movies. I don't know why. There's something about those that just crack me up when I hear it though. It really cracks me up though with the kid doing the stats for the dragons, because that's like any of us who played a video game or like any kind of D&D or trying to do all the stats. All right, look at this valley, by the way. Like, look at that. It's pretty, right? It's pretty cool. Meow yourself, sir. Where's the stone? What happened to the stone, laddies? Where'd it go? Come on, it's gotta be right here. Tap delete. I found it. Behind me. All right. It's hiding in the bushes. No wonder I couldn't find it. I had floating names on, thinking that would help. With all these beautiful flowers everywhere. By the way, the images of these flowers are definitely, I think they're supposed to be poppies. the orange ones, which is kind of cool because the native flower from where I live in North America here, California, USA. California poppy. Technically poppies in other places too, but the Californian poppy is a very beautiful, bright orange one. And really only has a couple spots. It really blooms a lot naturally here. And I have been there. It's gorgeous to see literally like valleys and hills of just orange poppies. It's very unique thing to see. It almost doesn't feel real when you look at it. Guys, so this quest I think is actually going to get us level very, very close to level 160. I'll be maxed on this character. We are going to, so what we'll do is I might just stick to doing the main chapter for another like 30 minutes or so, and we'll just do story just for fun. And I will continue more story later. I'm really trying to put it, I never really fully finished Legacy of Morgoth and stuff, and I'm going to go do that in the future and go back, but for this expansion, we're going to try to really finish the story, because it's very good, from what some have told me, and I want to see it myself, before it spoils.
Silver into gold.
Silver and gold. I buried them both. But we will only be using the stone for my brother. My father, he does not deserve the honor of being remembered, except as a cautionary tale. His hands will be forever stained with my brother's blood, his legacy a curse. So his father killed his brother and all those people, and he was part of that
no honor
horrible
here,
thing.
no happy moral. But still, we must remember.
We must remember. My gosh, this guy carved it. Arsha's An's memory. Oh my gosh. That's very Roman. It's kind of sad. So that guy is the dad, and that's his brother. It's kind of a little bit of a sad moment there. Hopefully we get some happy things here with the rest of the stream, but you know, that's realistic. We're gonna mourn the stone. Here, hold on. Can I click it? Oh, I bowed to it. There.
Thank you. I had not the strength to go on this journey without you.
Although a bitter brew, I am glad to find out the truth, and to bring peace at last to Masha. Thank you, Zollin Ironshield. I had not the strength to go on this journey without you. Oh, well, happy to help you. Human? Young human? Zollin is a lot older than this guy. But this guy's probably like what? Like maybe like 45? He's got like a little gray, maybe a little older. Maybe he's like 55? I don't know. Some people get gray earlier. I don't know. But Zollin is... How old is Zollin? Zollin was 15 or 16 with smog attacks at that time. I mean, Zollin's not that old. He's like 120 something at the time of Lord of the Rings Online. Or wait, is that... No, hold on. That's not right. It was 80 years before... Yeah, no, that's right. That's right. I think I did that math right. I had to go back and look at my own lore made up for my character, my roleplay lore. I'll have to figure that out later. To double check. All right, we are a sliver from Zollin being the new max level. Need 497,724 experience, which is like not even a quarter of a quest, because they give you like 1.5 million now. So the next chapter part, we need to talk to Mizadi at the next location, which is here in Ingar Garesh. So let's go ahead and get to the horse person. This lady has another quest for me, but we're gonna probably skip it. If I need to, I can come grab it for more reputation in the future.
Yes.
Oh,
You have
actually,
proven you made
never
us no
mind.
ill will.
I will accept it because she wants me to go talk to someone at the next town. So I will do that. That's why you always check.
May your day prove profitable.
All right, I need to go to, I'm like rolling my R's every single time now. Is it Ingar? This place. I'm just going to use them. I'm too lazy to walk. I'm glad the voice acting is getting you hooked. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. You gotta just sit back sometimes, grab some snacks, grab a drink, have a nice relaxing day, play some LOTRO, hang out. Thanks for being here for the streams, guys, or if you're watching this later as a video. I hope that it brings a little fun and happiness to the day. It's kind of what I try to do with this. I'm having fun, you're having fun. That's one of the biggest goals of my channel, as a Tolkien channel. So.
Riches chase you, friend.
All right. Ooh, riches chase me. Yes. All right, so we're at this next area. You notice there is a big mountain over here to the right. There's also a really, really, really awesome town right over there, which we are going to get to. But some of these quests, I really want to... Let's see here. So...
You have taken a long road to reach me, but here you stand.
Did the forest of the Kinte prove difficult to traverse? How else to explain this dour expression you wear? So this is the new princess queen of the re-established kingdom that was kind of wiped out, and we kind of helped fix, and they're more friendly to Gondor and friendly to the Corsairs, and we're going after a group that is not friendly, who has been attacking everybody basically. So she's bringing her army. How else to explain this sour you wear? You describe how a number of her soldiers slaughtered Rothar's cattle and took the meat for themselves, and Mizadi's own expression hardens. Are my soldiers expected to not eat then? Any army must eat if it is to fight, Zollin, and there is no shortage of foes to face in Kinga and all along the Mur. Foes enough to freeze the blood of the herdsmen should be encountered them, I doubt not. Does he stand against the Otaka, which are the other evil kingdom of Harad, which hence the name Kingdoms of Harad? Or does he chaffen only against those who oppose his foes, and grout, that's a word I haven't seen in a while, grouse when they seek only enough food to keep them fed as they fight?
My spies have penetrated the Ordakai camp to the south to find clues as to Barshud's whereabouts.
Talk to...
You know I stand with you, Sharamizadi, as was my mother's command.
It was not only command. This too, she said to me. Speak always your heart, my daughter. And so I will tell you this. You must control your soldiers, or the people of Mur and the greater Shannara will treat you as an invading despot. That's a word I haven't heard in a while. Aye, even as the Otaka have themselves. Alright, I think this is going to level me up. You guys ready? You guys are ready for this? Here we go. I think it's going to do it. I think it.
Sharamizadi, mistake me not.
Boom! The level up tree. Woo! 160! Sweet. Alright, so my main is now 160. Awesome. Let's go ahead and continue this.
Sharamizadi, mistake me not. I have seen the fire that
drives you. You know why you fight to drive the Otaka from these lands? I stood beside you at the Battle of Hamat, and my mother, Grazani, would not send me from Aburro in the trail if she disbelieved in the righteousness of your cause. But the people that live alongside the Mur have not seen these things, for not how much longer have they lived near to their oppressors. Has any captain of Odak hesitated to seize the land of this people? Of the beasts that graze hereon? You would gain much by treating these folk differently than have the Otaki, my Shara, which is the name for my queen, basically, is kind of the terminology.
I hear wisdom in the words that Rahazi speaks to me.
But if it is right that nothing should be taken for nothing, Zollin, you need be no sage to understand this truth as well. If my soldiers owe something to the herdsman who would not control his own grazing animals, then I must send others to work off this debt. While they labor for him, they will be performing none of their own tasks for my army. You will do their work, Zollin, while they go to compensate the herdsman for the meat that was taken on behalf of my army. It is only right. Razi knows the duties they must now neglect. Neglect. And we'll tell you what to do. That word got me. Alright, so, yeah, I will fix the problem that your soldiers made, I guess. Because I'm a nice guy. Alright.
I knew Sharamizadi would heed my words.
It is not... It will not take long for you to perform the tasks the soldiers were supposed to complete today, Zollin. Perhaps the burden will... Oh, they're going to go... Oh, okay. They're going to go pay back the guy and say sorry and give him money for his cattle. Well, I do their tasks. Got it. Okay, that seems a little bit more reasonable of a... Okay, I get it. I got it backwards. Perhaps the burdens will feel lighter, knowing the herdsman you spoke with will be compensated for the meat that was taken from him. These are the duties of Shara. Would have you completed. Retrieve eggs from the bird nests at Khazad-Dum. Oh gosh, this is the hard one. Still the one I told you to run away from. To the east of Garush, and hunt the meat from the creatures throughout Kiga. Once you have done these things, you can bring the meat and the eggs to Durnal, provisioner of the war camp. Roger, roger.
It is you. A fine sight for sore eyes you are, friend.
Zollin, we must discuss. Kaba, yes, he has come through here. Numuro questioned him for the knowledge of the Utaki movements, but he had none. As a scholar, I believe they call them Pohani here. He has little enough knowledge that could help us. He moved on to Zajan now. However, while you are here, there are several matters in which I would request your counsel.
My spies have penetrated the Ordakai camp to the south to find clues as to Barshud's whereabouts.
There is a leader of the Ordakai there, a man they call Konayo Boro. My scouts overheard his boasting of the time he spent with Barshud and how much they drank together. These could be lies designed to impress his fellows, Ordakai, but we must find out if he has been spending time with Bashud and what the Kona knows of his movements through Kigan. Oh my goodness, these names. The Otaki are quite skilled and dangerous, so this task calls for subtlety rather than open combat. If you are willing, I would ask you to penetrate the camp and take this Koban Boro and bring him back here for questioning. Then we will see if he speaks lies or truth about Barshud. All right.
Be careful.
So
the Ordahai here are skilled and quite
this is part of the
formidable.
main story. So, by the way, Elraandor said congrats. Thank you. Thanks. So there's other quests here. What do these guys got?
We have lost a fair few Subozuri to the spiders near here.
This is more
You could use
reputation.
your help in retrieving those still alive.
I'm
if
not
you are willing.
sure I want to do these right now. I could come back and grab these later on.
Have you crossed paths with the Jazgai near here? They are
I'll
quite
put them in my
dangerous
inventory
beasts.
just in case.
These Jazgai, they hunt in packs. Slay the leader, and the pack will fall back in disarray.
We have lost a fair few.
Just because it's
Subozuri
reputation.
to the
So let's go ahead and do
spiders
her
near
quest.
here. We could use your help in retrieving those still alive.
So, just so you guys don't make this mistake that I made.
Investigate the Ordahai camp to the south, but be careful. The Ordahai are hardened and quite skilled here in the south. Do not engage with them if it can be helped.
So, you're not supposed to fight them. So, I definitely went in blazing and started just killing people, and then it kicked me out of the instance. So, go around the left side, okay? And then there's a little opening right here. You can just kind of dart through the middle. And the first guy is right here. This is Boro. And the second guy will have to get in the other spot. So I'm going to go ahead and take this guy out. All right. Actually, that's not him. That was just another guy named that. Okay. So now, I think you have to slip through here. Maybe you don't need to kill him. You're just supposed to find the other guy. I saw it say Boro too, but I guess it's Kano Boro. I guess that's their title. Maybe that guy was like captain. I need to find the captain general. I don't know. Oh, guess we're about to go up and find out here. Where are we, by the way? Oh, we're up here. Okay, right there. All right, he spots you. You must defeat him before others know. I agree. Ha! Turn the tables. Take that. Wow, my turn the tables hit really hard. Alright. Enough! I yield! I will accompany you back to the so-called Shara's camp. Yes, you will. Or else. You'll feel my dwarven battle axe. Okay. He's like, I already felt it. That's why I'm hurting so bad right now.
Yes.
Oh.
My husband is
That's
missing.
true.
Will you help me find him?
I should have read that quest. Let's cancel it. We'll reset it so I can read it in a few minutes. Okay.
You've done it! Ah, this one looks quite formidable. Did he put up much of a fight?
Meh.
We are to question the prisoner now. I would request your aid if you are willing.
Sure. Let's do it. No matter the cost. Oh, well, I mean...
We are to question the prisoner now. I would request your aid if you are willing.
Absolutely. All right. Question borrow, please. All right. I'm going to poke you at the end of my battle axe if you don't talk. I will tell you what you want to know. Northern swine. Don't you dare call me a northern swine. Those are delicious animals. Don't insult them. Tell us what we want to know. Where was Barshon headed? I know not this Barshon.
Lies. Protecting him will not help you, I assure you of that.
Yeah. Release me, or the might of the Ortak will descend upon you. We do not fear Ordak or you. Yeah, what she said. I do not think he speaks truth. He is close to breaking. I can feel it. He is scared, but still feels duty-bound.
Where is Barshud? I know he passed through here.
Tell us what we want to know, and we shall grant you both food and freedom. Resist us, and we'll not go so well for you. We know Barshan spoke with you. I'm gonna poke you with my battle axe. The other Otaki gave you away for coin. We can keep you here for as long as it takes.
Enough. Barshud passed through Jagdolog, but only briefly.
Or your words that you will grant my freedom. I will tell you what I know. You have it. I'm just here to fill in the stuff that's not done. He was heading to Zajan. Something about the rallying of troops. He could speak of little else. That's all he said to me on the matter. Zollin, could you grab that bowl of stew on the table and put it in front of Boro? Numuro, will you see to his bonds in a moment? The bowl grew. What the heck? It's so big now. There you go. I knew he would crack. No one can resist a good stew. Or even my stew. Yeah. Now, I did miss a step here. He gives me a basic quest, just so you guys know, which we'll do in a minute. It's going to be out of order. He gives me a quest to make stew. So that's one of his quests. So just, like, keep that in mind. So that he's joking. Literally, when we made the stew, he said, it could have been better. You'll see that in a minute if we get to that quest right now. We might do that later. But, so there's a little bit of backstory on that. Now we know that Bashon headed to Zajana. We can make our way there as well. Good thing I don't have to poke you. Hello, what's up, Sean? Alright. Shara Mizati.
Thanks to you. Now we know where Barshud is headed.
We must make for Jajana immediately. It seems I have several matters to attend to there.
Now that we know Barshud headed to Zajana, we can make our own way there as well.
Well, but first I must speak with Dor Wards, the leader of Zajana. They have sent emissaries warning of war if I march on their city. I must convey to them I mean them no harm. If possible, I could even use their help in locating and capturing Barshun. My scouts report Zajana is a city at war with itself. Part of the city is controlled by a council of the Odaka, and part of the city is controlled by these Dor Wards. I believe we are at the same side as these Dor Wards, though I do not think they know it yet. I would ask you to accompany me and a small few others I trust to Zajana, and I may speak with these Dor Wards and try to enlist them as allies. Would you accompany me? Sure. Sure. Alright, here's the quest I didn't read with this lady.
My husband is missing.
Will you help me find him? He ventured with the others to near Jarn Abadel. I fear the spiders have taken him. 2 search parties have gone missing. Would you aid in the search for him? I'm close to breaking. I fear for him so. And also the other quest this guy gave me. He wanted me to defeat oxen to make stew. Which I didn't read. We just picked it up, so. So, let's go ahead and do, what's the main chapter here? Let's do the main chapter, and then she also wants me to go to the city. So something to keep in mind when you're doing the new expansion, guys, near Harad. I know you guys that are here are enjoying the story. That's why I'm reading the stories for this stream. But if you're doing the stories, don't forget there are parts that are like, they say part on them. Whenever they say part 1, part 2, part 3, I recommend doing that because those are very large chains. There's one group part in the first region that's very important to do. There's another one in this region, which is what we're doing right now, and I believe that I would assume there's probably one in the 3rd and 4th region. And they're big, long chains of like 12 quests with different people. So I highly recommend that you pick those up with the main chapter quest, which you start at the meeting hall in Umbar. And if you don't know where that is, let me just show you off the top of my head. All right, so it's right here, Umbar Bahar Bell, and it is this building right here. See this building that's like a square? You go inside. So you have to go up and go like up these paths, and you go up and you enter here on this side and go in, and the guy right at the front door has the quest. He also has the quest for the other stories, but it starts chapter 14 or whatever, 15, but whatever chapter we're on, who knows. But anyway, I need to kill some of these birds and collect their eggs. So yes. Well, that's a pretty nice necklace. I'm looking at what people have here in my kinship. Yeah, so see these ones. Daniel's gotten some of the Embers jewelry, which is what we're all going to be getting soon for our characters. Oh, I can open my Ember shield now. Sweet. Yeah, see, so now if I open this, it should say, yeah, minimum level 160. So now my old shield is this one. As you can see, it's item level 526. Let me get this out of the way so you can kind of read it. See, it's up there. It says it has 19. It was the best shield for a long time, unless you get like the gold one, which I hope there's a good gold one you can get on this expansion. But 23,000 block. And all that stuff, and might, and almost 2,000 vitality, and 14,000 crit defense, 19,000 armor. But look at the new one: 31,000 armor, 23,000 crit defense, 3,000 vitality, 3,600 block. So that's the one I'm taking, by the way. So I'm going to take that shield right now. Select. There it is, and I have it now. I'm going to make sure it is locked in my inventory, because that would be a big sad to delete it. It is a 558 item. So I'm assuming the new cap level is 560 for a lot of the blue stuff. And then maybe 5... 565 or something for the gold. 530. We'll find out. So now this other one that I believe they look identical. Let me just double check. I'm just curious. They literally look identical. So my older one here, I'm actually going to discount. So it's this one. So this is where you have to be like really, 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 really careful. So my old one is 523. So let me find the one that's 523. Got to show my locked items. 526. Wait. 526. Excuse me. So this is the one right here. Going to unlock the 526. And now very carefully, I'm going to disenchant just the one that says 526. Not the new one that's 558, mind you. So disenchant. There we go. All right, sweet. I've got my new shield. Excellent. Excellente. In fact, I might, at the end of the stream right now, just hop on over and grab my... I could grab a really nice bow that'll give me really good stats. I could grab a new cloak that would give me really good stats. Technically, I need to start buying the new jewelry. I don't even have a pocket item on right now. What the heck? Oh, I forgot. It just pulls the item out. Literally, you can't... The Umbar one cannot be used once you hit level 160. 159 is the highest it goes. Okay, well, good to know. I literally don't even have a pocket item on. I am going to keep that for later, though, because that is... this is not going to be broken down. This is going to be kept on my wall as a souvenir. Standing stones, I want... for my house... I want an armor set thing where I can just put an armor set like on a stand in my house, so I can keep my like raid sets from my years of playing like shown at like, here's my 130 raid set that I spent 50 hours, you know, or 500 hours trying to get, right? Whatever how long it is. I think that would be a really, really, really cool item, and just put it in the LOTRO store. You know, or make it something you have to earn. Maybe you can earn one of them for free, and then if you want more of them, you can buy them in the LOTRO store. Make some money for LOTRO. Make something that we would all love. Here are the very scary birds that I told you to warn you about. I said be very, very, very careful of the scary birds. I'm gonna just ping this so people can see my new shield. Ah, yes, very cool. Very cool shield. These birds are no big deal, but I actually probably should be okay because I reforged my ally, so it shouldn't be an issue to fight this bird. Let's see. 12,000, that's not too bad. 27, okay. Not 66,000 crits, kind of scary. All right, these birds are like still kind of scary. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, he's still scary. He's doing so much damage. What the heck? Die, you bird. That is like, why are they so terrifying? Because they're a terror bird, Zollin. Shh. That's a silly answer. It's too easy. Alright, let's go ahead and get these bird eggs here. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Alright, and then we gotta just get... Oh, okay, it's only 4. That's kind of nice. I'm glad I didn't make it like 6 or 12 or whatever. It makes it easier when... I like the simple number. It's just like, pick up 4 of them. Kill 10 animals. Like, it's not like these crazy long... You know, you're sitting here farming for 20 minutes kind of thing. Farming stuff should only be for deeds. Like, that's where you should have to do the work. Like, you have to kill 200 creatures, which you can get accelerators. And in the LOTRO store, if you earn some LOTRO points from deeds, sometimes they'll go on sale, the accelerators. So I recommend don't just blind buy stuff on the LOTRO store. Wait for sales if you play all the time. They do really generous and good sales all the time. So if you buy a bunch of stuff, you're like, oh, I really need this, I'll just buy a bunch. And then you find out 2 months later they do this giant sale on all that. You're like, I just spent 4 times what I needed to. That kind of stuff. And like LOTRO bonus points and stuff they do are also really, really good. Where is the last... Apparently I need to kill quite a few of these terror birds though, so... Oh, it's right in front of me. I must be getting tired. It's literally like right there. It blended in so well. Alright, so that's the main chapter, except it says to kill more of the actual creatures, but they're all over the valley. So I don't have to kill them at the nest. I can kind of kill them while I walk back. Man, look at these... What did they put on me? 25,000 armor shred, and... Well, that's not too bad. Yeah, that's it's set. Wait a second. It must have crit or something. Why did it hit for like 1,000 more than it should? Khazad menu! Baruch Khazad! Die, terror bird! Man, my catch of breath is legitly strong now, though. Now, granted, it does it under, it's a flat amount, which, it's always kind of been that, so I'm assuming it won't be quite as big of a, I mean, it's always going to be that big heal, but when my HP is a lot higher. I am really excited to see how much my HP can get in tank mode when I have good gear later. I'm estimating that my health will be at least 500,000. We'll see once I have all the essences and the best jewelry and gear in tank mode. I'm hoping it'd be funny if it was even higher than that, but we'll see. I hope that the raid gear that they add out later, it's not out yet. I hope the raid gear with the new raid still has special powers, or even the exact same powers as the ones from the previous level cap on them. Because I really, really liked it on the Guardian. I also really liked it on the War Master. The raid, it was really cool things. The red Runekeeper one was amazing. Their Smoldering Wrath would drop an extra Firestone when they cast it, and it like, oh no, they drop an extra Firestone when it did it, and if it was 6, it would make Smoldering Wrath trigger faster, so it under half the time. So like, they're really good. I really hope that they stick to having those very, like, an extra ability basically on your class, because in the past, armored gear only gave you, look at that Scorpion, that's so cool. Armored gear only would give you like basic things like 5% increased damage, or your one ability does 20% more damage. But it's like, that's irrelevant now, because literally that's what our legendaries do, right? Like, that's why legendaries are so important. Like Brutal Assault does 31% more damage, right? Or even, you know, all these, like, you know, all your attacks do 4.5% more damage, single target attacks, things like that. The raid gear gave you like special things. For Guardians, our bolster stacks that give us mitigations would also give us HP when they're up, which was cool. And then our Guardian's Pledge, when we triggered it, it would make all of our shield skills heal us 5% health, and when it was on cooldown, our shield skills would reduce its cooldown by 1 second every time we use a shield skill. It was like fundamental changes to the class, but it felt so good. Like, they were like really well thought out abilities, and it really felt really, really excellent, well made. So I hope what they'll do is, if they don't have the time to like make brand new sets or brand new options, at least have the new raid blue and gold sets, which I hope they have a full gold set this time, have the original setup on them, just scaled up, right? That I would be totally fine with that. I think all LOTR players would. I think what LOTR players would not be okay with is if they decide to just make the raid sets give you like, you get 5% more damage, or just something generic, right? You get some more stats. Doesn't do anything with skills. I don't think they'll do that, because I think Sanding Stones really knows how good they are. Whoa, dude, that is a giant hyena monster, and I'm gonna fight it. Fight me. Look at that thing. Whoa! This thing's like named. His name is literally Shaku. I don't know if I can kill this thing. We're about to find out. Oh my gosh, this guy's hitting me like a truck. I'm not doing much damage to this guy at all. I think this is one of the bounty guys. Let's see if I can. Can I beat him? I don't know if I can beat him. We'll see. I'm running out of cooldowns. Alright, this is possible. If I do flybys. He's slowed down. Maybe I can kite him backwards with my range. Yeah, he can't hit me and I can hit him. Take that, and that, and that, and that. Got him. Alright, that was hard. Yeah, he's a deed. I think there's quest, hunter quest to kill them too. So that guy was purposely supposed to be really hard. That's why he was a named mob. He had like an actual name. Not just like generic hyena man. Do I need to kill these birds? I clearly don't need to kill those bad guys. I should probably look at my quest instead of just randomly attacking things. Nope, don't need it. Okay. Oh, look, it's a hamster. What the heck? It's a hamster. Look at these little hamster. No, come back. We want to look at you. No, come back. We want to look at how adorable you are. Oh my gosh, it's so fast. Holy moly. That's stuck. Ha, take that. Look, it's a little hamster. That's adorable. Just a wild hamster. A wild hamster has appeared. Oh no, Sauron nukes his spot, the hamster will die. Don't do it, Sauron. Don't do it. Don't kill the hamster. Okay, we're okay. I saved the hamster, guys. He's alive. Alright, so there's another quest they technically give, and you need to put down these things to bait out enemies. Though I guess you have to do them in order? Oh, interesting. I don't have the quest here. Let's see. I just need to kill more terror birds. And for the stew, the one that says for stew, I need to defeat Oryx. Okay. Oryx stew. Interesting. So this guy right here. Incoming Sauron nuke. Hey, look at this. We got a team leveling together. I love to see it. I love to see it. Just like our speed leveling the other day. That was a blast. We had over there's 13 or 14 of us. Sauron's gonna nuke me, guys. I don't care. Shoot your nukes, Sauron. Alright, let's get this guy real quick. Appreciate everybody hanging out tonight. I didn't expect so many people to show up on a Tuesday afternoon evening for a stream, but I've been trying to do some more streams on the weekdays for those who sometimes people can't make weekend streams, so I thought no matter what, it turns into a video and you guys can watch it later, right? So like either way, I know it's fun to catch it live too, but I'm just trying to like give lots of options for everyone who while everyone watches the streams. All right, and I had some time to be able to play, which was like, yeah, I want to level hit 160, which we did. Hit 160s, that's exciting. I do need to kill those hyenas, actually. So, might as well just keep killing these. And then I need that Oryx right there. Wow, I'm actually doing a lot of damage now. I don't even have good gear yet. I'm excited to see what I'll do when I have good gear and good. Remember, all my legacy allies, even though I upgraded my ally to the new max level, it doesn't actually have, like, they're all purple. They're not the teal or legendary masteries. Or what are they called again? Word of mastery. That's so I was right. It's mastery, but I don't think I need to kill that yet. Okay, so last thing we need to do. I need to kill some more of those wargy guys, but we'll get those over time. We could actually just go turn these in. I think we'll just go turn in the main chapter here. Speak with Mazadi. Just because I might come back and do these later for reputation, because I might have to farm reputation. I'm debating on what I will do with streams, with the storytelling we're doing. I think we'll try to continue the main story with streams and voiceovers. I'd like to finish it on Zollin with you guys. So we'll probably do another one sometime this week, or this weekend coming up. But when it comes to side quests, do you guys want to kind of see a bunch of the side quests while I do it? Or would you rather just a stream where we just run through the main chapters? Because I could save the main chapters and just do side quests. Like on my by myself and just kind of farm it for reputation. Because I'm going to have to get my rep up with Zollin. But I don't know. Some of the side quests are pretty good. Like they're actually like good storytelling. They kind of like, they did a really good job of making some of the side quests like connect with the main story. So it's like a toss-up on that. Also, again, it turns into very long streams, though, when I'm doing every single quest. So I guess you guys will have to let me know here live or in the comments later. Mazadi actually wants me to meet her at the next place. So do I have any quests to even turn in here right now? I really don't. And I don't have the cooking quest yet, do I? Yeah, because why don't we just go to the next place? I want to show you the city. Let's go to Zaja. All right. If you want to get to the city quickly, as a new player, and you're in our kinship, well, Mr. Hammer put it there, but I might put another one right by the horse master at the front too. But there is an item in the teleport room. If you go into the kinship house, you go to the left, or you go in the left door of the kinship house. It's right there when you go in. There's 2 doors, right, to get in. It's called it's the teleport room, and it has all, and we have right outside of it. We put the big new thing. It's just a big tower. You click it, and you go teleport right here to this city. So anyway, welcome to this city. It is really, really cool, and I really wanted to show you guys this real quick. For those who have not seen it yet. Really cool. So this is the city. It's quite an epic city. I'd like to show you outside the gate real quick. Hello! Hail there, reformed wolf! It's Brian. How are you, sir? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Alright, so this is the outside. What's that? We were right down there. This is the, look at this. Look at this gate, though. That's really cool with the freaking Milky Way or, you know, galaxy right above it. Isn't that cool? Oh, it looks pretty darn cool. So anyway, this is the one of the new kingdoms of Harad, one of the city kingdoms. This is not the group we're trying to fight, but they actually own part of the city right now, so it's kind of it's a big battle mess right now in here. We'll get to that in the story. We'll know more details sooner or later here. But yeah, so what's this quest here?
Is there something you need?
Meet Mazadi at her Fardu camp in Idari. Okay. To the dry realm. Okay, so I'll hold on to that because that seems like it's kind of later. So we'll just hang on to that quest. I emptied, actually, I like to keep all my quests for story, but I went through and emptied as much as I could and just kept some of my other main story links. So I have a lot of quest slots on this guy. Finish some quests too. So let's walk through the city here for a second. So he wants me to go up to Mazadi. I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and accept some of these other quests.
There are so many
cats here. There are at least 5. There are so many to hunt and find and pet. Of course. Will you help me find some of the cats in Zajana? Sure, little child. I will help you find cats. I'm allergic, but hey, I love cats still, so I will help. Look, there's a cat. I'm gonna pet it. It's Bean. Bean has been pet. Found and pet cats. 1 out of 10. Okay. As much as you guys are like, that's a dumb quest, Zollin, it actually isn't, and I'll explain why real fast after you can see this view. All right, so this is a cool shot of the city. Basically, what that quest does, that cat quest, is it has you explore the new city. So it's kind of clever because it's a fun story quest and gives you experience, but really what the quest is doing is having you explore the city because it takes you to spots that you normally probably wouldn't walk in, like corners of areas and stuff. So it kind of lets everyone see all the work that they put into the city. I thought it was clever, and not just because it helps people who like to explore, but it also gives that, you know, you're earning something still. But yeah, this is the inner courts here. There's some fun stories that, again, I didn't really follow very closely, but I did sort of as I sped run some of these. I only got to the city though. After this, I didn't do any of the quests after the city, so we'll have to keep going. Seems like some people are knocked out over here on the ground. Here's Mazadi. Let's talk to her real quick. Pet the cat, Murtham.
When you have a moment, I believe your friend Habak can be found in the Hamakila, the great library on the hill.
Thank you for accompanying me here. It is helpful to have a friendly face in the city. When you have a moment, your friend Kabal can be found in the Kalamakila. Is that what she said? I think I said it right. The great library just behind me. Return here when you are done. I would have your company when I go before the door wards. Alright, this is one of the areas you can do dailies. There's an introduction. And there's a mission. This
You look
person,
like a dangerous
see
sort.
defeat Bloodtooth.
I have a dangerous job that needs
So,
doing, if you're up for a challenge.
At the Hunters Guild, this is like the creature I just killed. So, I forget its name. I don't think it was called that. I don't think it was Bloodtooth. But does one of these have its name? Let's see. That's really, really bright. There. Oh, that is nice to be able to turn that down, though. The ambient light. That is great info. I'm going to remember that. Alt F10. I need to put that into a video. Into, like, tip tricks. So we got a couple things here. We have Bounty of Nargalag, Yukon, Korash, and Shaka! There we go. That's the guy we just killed. That was the hyena. So there's actually a quest to do that on this board here. And it looks like that it gives an enhancement rune, virtue experience. Oh, pretty good. Legacy. Okay, I might try to do some of these dailies and get some virtue experience and enhancement runes. So that's good to know. But yeah, that and then this is the library, and we have a lot more to do. And I don't want to kind of just like flusteredly run around in circles right now finishing this. So we're gonna have a whole nother stream doing this. So anyway, my friends, with that, I hope you have a great and wonderful day in Middle Earth. I'm going to keep going. I got to get dinner before I have something in a little while here. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope this brought a little fun and joy to your day. And we will do more of these soon in this next week. So this was I put this as part 2, even though technically part 1 didn't have part 1 on it. It was just my first day, 8-hour stream of the new expansion. So this is part 2, and the next one will be part 3. And I will not continue these quests or do the chapter until a stream. I will do dailies though, and be grinding other stuff on this character because I need to get his rep up and stuff. So I will just keep the main chapter for you guys. That one I will do my best to keep for you. Anyway, stay happy. See you soon. Thank you, Martin, for being a hero of Khazad-Dum, Elraandor for being Zollin's company, Reb for being a Royal Guardian, and all my other wonderful patrons. You can see their names right there. Thank you for that. Very, very sweet. Very, very kind. I appreciate that. I'm full-time on the channel, so it's very, very generous. And anyway, have a great day, guys. Stay happy. And thank you all for watching, both in Twitch and on YouTube. Baruch Khazad, Khuzad Ibenu. I'm at your service and your families as always. Stay happy, and throw a like on there if you would. Subscribe, share, whatever you want to help out that way. It's free, and I appreciate that greatly too. I know that takes your time, and I appreciate that help. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Stay happy, my friends. We got a lot more fun stuff coming. This new expansion is pretty darn awesome. There's not a whole lot of endgame stuff out yet, but I think in the next week or so, we'll probably have the new instances and stuff. So you'll probably see some videos or streams of us trying those and running those. So, see you soon.